Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Sure. That sounds like something he would tweet. Well, alrighty, everybody. Welcome to episode 6 of this podcast that I can't believe has been going on as quality as it has. Joined by Mr. Gunn, Feral Flex, 01, So Did My Cereal, Evil King Jessen, and me.
010, call me
010E.
Anyone else see that?
010.
Speaking from the void.
I hate to be,
What?
I hate to be like, you know.
Anyone
like
else here,
that,
like,
but-
it was, I think it was Dustin's mic went
No!
he's
To
a mile away now.
to start the podcast, eating a $26 hoagie. Thanks, Drill. I bought Drill's book recently.
I don't think I would catch myself paying $20 for a hoagie, but I bet it's really good.
It's Drill. This dude,
It's
this dude's
was it fucking like a Wagyu hoagie, like or
this dude's living on freaking creative mode.
literally.
I wish I had my baby teeth back. Those were good '90s teeth.
90s
Connor,
teeth.
please. It's a little-
Anyway, guys, how have y'all been while we get things on a
Wait,
roll?
what?
I've been pretty good lately.
That's good.
I've been,
Connor, he sounds like you.
No, it's Dustin.
Connor, he sounds like you when you have your reverb on.
No,
I know, right? It's throwing me off.
I think he's glitching actually.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think you might need to rejoin again.
what a wonderful start to the podcast.
Exactly.
Thank you for tuning in.
But yeah, sorry I haven't been live in a couple of weeks, or about a week or two. I got work schedule started to go back to semi-normal, so longer hours again. So gonna be streaming a little bit later now that I've adjusted, sort of, back to that. Also picked up playing a lot of Borderlands again.
I'm playing this Tom and Jerry Power Stone game. Jerry's doing an Electric Wind Godfist.
War of the Whiskers.
Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah, Jerry's doing his WGFs.
But yeah, how's everybody going?
Going, by the way.
Pretty good.
If y'all are wondering about the podcast, me and Jesse are over in the cool kids area playing some Mario Golf, while they're
you wanna
sitting
start?
at the boring office desk.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
busy.
You guys didn't get to play the Halo Infinite beta fight, so I'm the cool kid. Who's the cool kid now?
I'm busy doing
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff
Connor, you
here.
did. How was that?
Play me in
I
Cold
did
Fight.
do that. Oh yeah, very good actually. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but yeah, Jesse, if you want to go.
Alright, let's start.
Wake me up before you go.
Before you go.
But yeah, guys,
Just thinking the
how's
same
y'all's
thing.
week been?
Weekend's been good. I actually went to St. Louis for the weekend, so
Were you the spirit of St. Louis?
possibly. Can neither confirm nor deny.
That's the safe way.
Of course.
Which course do you want to do?
It doesn't matter. But yeah, I picked up playing a lot. Like I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 1 again.
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Unite. That game's kind of consumed me for a bit.
Oh,
We need to play with you.
Oh,
I need
yeah,
to play
we
with
do.
you.
We do.
I've heard it's pretty decent, and I love how people instantly crapped on it, and now people are like, it's pretty good.
It's
Like,
fun. It's just certain
I just
mechanics
tried
I
it for the
don't
hell of it. I'm like,
about
wow, this is actually pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. It's just certain mechanics I don't like, but
Yeah, for sure.
it's like worth playing, I guess.
Yeah,
To
it's
be
definitely worth
fair-
trying out, I'd say.
To be fair, that was in a pre-Diamond and Pearl remake world, so
That is fair. Also a
I don't-
pre-new Pokemon Snap
I
world
don't
as
know
well. So
what to say. No combat.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As
well,
for
the game
me,
had been revealed. It just wasn't out at the time.
as for me, I finally got summer classes wrapped up, so
Same. Yeah,
Nice.
same.
I am free.
I'm starting back
for next 2
fall
weeks.
semester. So
I'm looking for a job now.
That's a fat mood, both of you guys. I'm so happy that I got done with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I have to go
Okay,
find a villain now, so that's
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Oh,
can
oh
guess.
yeah. Oh yeah. You haven't glitched for a while.
Okay, good. As far as games go, I haven't really played all that much. I mean, I'm playing a lot of Clay Fighter, obviously, but I did catch up. I did finish the Netflix Castlevania series, and
Nice.
I'm not going to
Based.
spoil anything, obviously.
That was
The final fight though was pretty base, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
really good.
Aside from that, not much else, I suppose.
So far I've been playing some more No More Heroes again lately. I've also been playing. I also did a stream of Star Fox 64 yesterday, which went fairly well for the
Oh.
most part.
Thomas, I found a thread of somebody complaining that Matt Helms was too hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, really?
You know,
like,
you
yeah,
said,
like,
you
like,
said that, and it just sounded like a random guy, and I just thought something completely different. I'll
like,
be honest.
like Thomas, you saw my stream. I completely obliterated Matt Helms without hardly thinking about it, and I'm like,
I actually
really?
didn't watch you fight Matt Helms.
Tell him to
I
get
only
good.
saw you fight Charlie.
Matthew
McDonald, and I had to
Helmets.
go to bed that night.
Dude,
I missed.
Matt Helms, great boss theme. Great boss theme. Too bad it's reused for somebody else. I forget who.
Is it the Russian?
Not sure, but I know that it's he's the only boss. In Number Hero, he's the only boss in Number Heroes that I don't believe has a unique theme because it shows up again for another boss. Ah,
Game-
Yeah. It's true.
Games-wise, I've not been playing too much recently. I'm trying to think of what I've done. Actually, no. Recently, I've been playing Skyward Sword, and I've been working through that. I just got done with the first dungeon today,
man,
and
look at this. Me and Jesse are pro golfers.
otherwise, I've just been
Guys,
watching like.
what's better than this? Guys being dudes.
Oh,
And I've been watching like lots of anime and stuff, just catching up on Yu Yu Hakusho, starting Gal Gaigar. It's a 90s mecha show that came out around the time Evangelion did, and that's been nice because
I
I'm
got
watching
into
it
that because
because the sub version, Nobuyuki Hiyama, the voice actor for Link from Ocarina of Time, he's the main he voices Guy, the main character. And I can't unhear like Link sounds whenever he's like doing like fighting something. Mm-hmm. Wait, he also does a lot of roles for a lot of other anime I like, so that's been nice. Be sort of learning more, appreciating more of his work.
Oh! Sorry, I get really into my golf.
Otherwise, I think that's it. I mean, I've been trying to get into JJK, but that's about. School's been making that hard.
yeah, it's kind of hard when you're busy.
I'd
to do
imagine.
certain things like that.
I'd imagine.
My fucking chair slipped. My headphones fell off.
That's pretty much all I've been up to.
I'm the world's best golfer.
Like Tiger Woods, who?
You're so good that you
did the same thing!
They use people as the golf club, as the golf ball.
He did the same thing
I'm
as
so
me.
good
Oh,
at
hero.
Jesse, I challenge you to that one day. We need to stream some Zombie Ninja Pro-Am.
I'm gonna play some Pro-Am, absolutely.
I am so good
But
at
also,
that.
the games I've been recently playing, I've also been playing Mario Golf, obviously, which I picked up yesterday.
It's time for you to be Abby. The Abby you knew you always could be.
But
Maybe I'll be.
Unleash
I
your
gotta
inner
get
Abby.
a hole in one, guys.
4. She should have said 4. In that
I'm
famous
just
scene.
gonna.
3, 2.
I'm
But,
just gonna say that.
let's see. One of the biggest things for me though is I picked up playing
Uh,
Borderlands again.
On the top.
I started to like I said, work's pretty much gone back to normal hours. And then I'm just trying to adjust again, you know, get back to hopefully streaming. I picked up messing around with Doom to kind of practice before I try to do a nightmare run of it like I did with 2016. So it's just been a lot of adjusting for me. It's just been a lot of adjusting for me as far as time.
I'm just gonna say that I
Hamburger.
haven't really done that much
Hamburger.
please, dude, please. I haven't really done that much, but I'm trying to see if I can maybe start streaming again or something like that. I really kind of want to do that, so I just haven't streamed in a while, and that's a problem.
Are you gonna stream Pokemon Unite and be like, "Oh, why are they stream sniping me? This isn't fair."
I don't have a capture card for my
Oh,
Switch.
right? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I can stream Unite, but like the problem is like, do I really want to?
That's
I mean, it's-
that's a fair mood.
You can get.
It
stream
seems like a
sniped.
fun
It'd be
game to
cool.
stream. I really like watching
That's
people play
the
it.
least of my worries. I'm most worried about people paying to win and getting fucking boosted and shit. So
No, whatever these memes I'm seeing about Machamp, how do you get him?
Machamp
you mean?
is like you have to buy him, or maybe he'll be. put in
yeah,
rotation.
I actually main Machamp.
I guess you are my little Machamp. Come here.
He's a good character. He's not like the best, but he's still pretty good.
No, he's still pretty good. I'm playing him, Lucario, and Crustle.
I
Okay.
play Zero Aura and like
Oh, you're one of those people, huh?
I play Talonflame
Careful with that
too.
context there, buddy.
Yeah, honestly.
I just don't really like people who I don't like fighting
Whoa.
at Zero Aura. It's fucking it's atrocious.
It's a pretty annoying. It's a pretty annoying character.
Yeah, it is.
Like the top characters in that game are like Cinderace, Zero Aura, Snorlax.
Yeah, Cinderace isn't surprising.
Honestly, people sleep on Slowbro a little too much. That-
People sleep
that
on.
mod is
Yeah, they
pretty
do.
dumb.
People sleep on
Jesse, we are the best
Snorlaxes.
at golf.
Like
What?
people can sleep on a Snorlax.
Can they?
Yeah, and he probably won't wake up.
Yeah.
That got. Jeez, that took a dark turn. He probably won't wake up.
Yeah, because it'll fucking roll over.
Because he just wants to sleep all day, bro. What do you expect?
and then you won't wake up if he rolls over.
Exactly. But for a different reason.
It'll be too comfortable. Yeah.
Yay!
Also, with
Yay!
the-
I'm winning.
I crush you. I crush your.
Yeah, reading retro junk articles lately.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
y'all have. Y'all want to talk
Yeah.
about
This
those
retro
adventures?
junk.
Retro junk's like an old website where people can be nostalgic about stuff. It's an alright
Oh,
website
boy.
sometimes, most of the time. Like, sometimes you can get some good, like, hey, this is a good guy talking about some old nostalgia, which is kind of fun to see, like, you know, how things were in the 90s. But then we found some guy that was so dedicated to one thing that he wanted.
Yes.
Oh, please don't spend an hour talking on this.
We're not gonna spend an
on
hour.
this. But we found someone talking about how he
whoops.
thinks Ryu and Chun-Li should be an item.
I put way too much spin on that.
Yeah.
And he
An
apparently
item?
wrote into a graphic novel.
we read.
Oh, no.
the thing.
He
Deep
means
rough.
like
It is-
relationship.
It is
Oh, but hey,
horrible.
Raccoon Mario, hope you're doing well.
Should we tell them a bit about it?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. Like
Yeah,
y'all,
okay.
y'all went through a lot of effort learning this lore. Go for it.
They
And
always
this
put in
whole
a
thing
lot
was
of
pure
effort.
accent, by the way.
And hey, at least I ended up in the deep rough. You literally star-shotted into the mud.
I'll find a way out.
So you showed off with that star shot, and you ended up in a
I
worse
fucked
place
my
than
way
me.
into this mess, and I'm gonna fuck my way out.
Well, you hit the
Alright,
tree.
Looks like we had to fuck our way out of a situation.
Much like our next topic here in a second. But oh right, yeah, y'all didn't talk about that. So if you can give like a Cliff Notes version of what y'all read, what exactly
Okay.
happened?
So basically, this guy who decided to write a story that was set after the events of Street Fighter 3.
Okay.
And by after, I mean like this thing probably takes place like right after.
Wait a second. So he tried to make two characters an item in Street Fighter 3's canon where they weren't initially even supposed to be in the game.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
I mean,
Well-
this is fan fiction. To be fair, people are gonna write about
Yeah,
it.
it's a
You
Do
can
you
say- and you
honestly
can-
expect fanfiction to make sense all the time?
One thing I also want to say, you can kind of get the feeling, awesome, I got a birdie.
Ah,
bored.
whatever.
Birdie is in the comic. That is a good point. Yeah.
Bruh.
Comic.
Speaking of birdies.
But we read the comic, and you can tell this was written before like Street Fighter 5 was officially released because Jury uses their Street Fighter 4 design.
Okay.
And this comic came out like 2017, 2018, I want to say. Like, hell, I want to say 2019 even.
Don't bring up Street Fighter 4, please, because of the nightmare I had trying to figure out how to say Belle's name. Ah,
We're not bringing that up.
Not bringing that up.
Therefore, might go.
because there's so many conflicting sources.
Anyway,
I just go able.
this is the least of your... Abel's pronunciation is the least of your concerns if you were to read this.
I hope he comes back though. His moves were kind of cool.
Anyway,
I used to play.
anyway, as we were saying, as we were reading this thing like also has like, you know, those reanimated videos on YouTube where they'll like reanimate an episode of something.
Yeah.
It feels like that, but like completely not on purpose. Like because this thing had like several different artists.
Yeah.
And the
Oh yeah.
It's trash.
I hope these guys got paid for this crap.
Oh yeah, these guys were explicitly hired.
Man,
Yeah,
imagine
he
getting.
wouldn't recruit because basically, as we were, I got the Retro Junk article pulled up. Ryu and Chun-Li finally is what it's titled on Retro Junk. You can find it easily.
Imagine getting paid to draw this kind of crap.
Also, I do want to say this real quick as a fucking
Oh no!
disclaimer. Do not harass this guy, please.
Just don't
do not
say his
do
name.
that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say his name,
No, we're not
but
saying
you can
names.
find that. You can probably find this thing easily on the
Do
internet.
not
Don't say
post
it.
on Twitter.com.
Do not harass this guy. Do not do anything stupid, please.
Do not make
Not
several.
posting
Do
about
not.
Donkey Kong.
This
Well,
is
basically-
Bowser.
But basically, he was
And
like,
this is a mistake.
so fucking dedicated to just this ship
Yeah.
to the point that he starts
Oh!
comparing himself to Goliath from Gargoyle.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What the
So-
fuck?
Can I say my favorite part about
Not,
this whole
not agreeing
fanfic,
with
though?
him. I literally hit the flag and it fell right into the hole. Woo!
Okay. So anyway, this is my favorite
Dang it, Jesse. We're
Favorite
gonna
part
stay
of the
tied,
whole-
aren't we?
of the whole thing. Okay. So the whole story is basically that M. Bison is using Jury's body to, you know, be back alive. But here is M. Bison's plan with Jury's body, and I am not lying at all when I say this. His plan is to use Jury's body to bonk the shit out of Ryu, so that way he can have babies that'll be his new bodies.
Oh my gosh.
Making this up, and this is real.
Yeah, this is real.
Oh
This is
my
real.
god.
Can
At
confirm.
one point, he even says when he's like on top of Ryu, "Get used to this position, Ryu."
Ryu.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a little on the nose.
I'm gonna go give you some screen caps of the comic. Just like I'm gonna get you the innocuous ones, honestly.
Oh god.
Were you wearing a do-rag?
Yeah. That was one. Of them.
On my PFP.
Ryu with the wave check? No way.
That's
No
exactly what it
way.
is.
Real.
There's a specific part of the fan comic
Have
that
fun with the ice.
really caught my eye, and that's this scene that takes place in the construction area that Chun-Li and Ryu are working in, and it involves Q. I won't say anything because spoilers, but it is pretty hilarious.
Pretty massive reveal.
You're still mind blown about that, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because it happens, and
You
then it
will
just
not make
it just
this cut, you jackass.
yeah.
No!
I had to do the Happy Gilmore quote.
Golfing.
Still works.
Jackass.
Golfing.
At least our golfing won't be. Well, I'm thinking of Caddyshack. Whoops.
You know, I'm quoting Happy Gilmore.
I got
Quoted
rid
that
of.
one-
Dude, I still
that-
love Bill Murray's thing at the end where he's just like, I got rid of him, didn't I? Blew up the entire golf course.
Yeet.
You got a 25 kill streak in Modern Warfare 2 and uses tactical nuke on a golf course.
So how do you send them
Oh.
the screen caps?
Speaking of
You're the one
Connor, you had a pretty good match in Halo right before we started.
Yep, 28 and 3, had a rampage. Almost got a 25 with untouchable, but not quite. I got energy sorted.
Oh man, don't you love that? You get shanked.
Yeah, I was at a 23 streak. I was so pissed.
But yeah, this guy had dedication on par with a certain fellow that me and my good friend Dustin will discuss later.
Some other time, yes.
This is a man to be feared.
Yes.
Your turn,
So,
Roger.
well, we were talking about Street Fighter for a reason.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, that's the next topic.
Yes!
Seems like
Yes!
Roger's very excited to talk about Luke.
No, did y'all just see that? Oh
He had
god!
an epic save.
Oh my god!
Mhm.
I recorded
We
that.
can't
all
really,
right.
we can't
All
really
right,
see
so
it.
we were gonna segue or no?
Dude, I was literally like, oh crap!
Segue.
Let's ride the Segway and break our own ankles. Yeah, let's do it.
Paul-
The end of its
Paul
life
Blart.
cycle.
Okay, now for
Poo
the
boo boo plap blap.
moving on to the next topic,
I
guys.
really don't get half of the things.
They officially
talking about
kind of show, they showed the final couple of characters that are coming to SF5, including what was his name, Luke, who's supposed to be apparently the face of the new generation or the future generations of Street Fighter, which I'm assuming means that we're getting a 3 situation. Where
Basically,
they wanted to
the
be
rundown of the
franchises.
whole Capcom stuff yesterday was that they showed off extensively Oro and Akira, both of whom are releasing on August 16th.
Both.
They also revealed a revamped online tournament mode, and they teased the last fighter of the pack,
Teased.
which
They showed him.
they teased as in like they showed him, they showed gameplay and stuff, but like it's not final yet. He comes out in November, but that's what I was trying to get to. But they showed gameplay of him, and he's the last character of Street Fighter V.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of a disappointment, not
I
gonna
like
lie.
him,
'cause
honestly.
Luke
'cause-
looks fine.
Yeah, his design's
looks-
cool.
His design's cool, but like
Like
he really
Like
Why didn't we?
Oro and Akira, especially Akira.
Akira
is
looks
very
freaking
exciting.
amazing.
The problem
like
with Luke
Akira
is that Luke
for
was
one
like
reason.
hidden as a secret for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this Luke is different from Capcom Fighting Evolution Luke,
Oh yeah, totally.
because the developer, I can't remember his name, he posted on Twitter and he said it himself that this is not the same Luke. This is a different character.
Well, that could be just him lying.
Yeah.
I really doubt it.
It was official, but
Ingrid confirmed for Smash, guys.
yeah, that's the true conclusion we can draw from this.
Guys, Sakurai's about to add himself into fucking Smash. Watch.
I'm sure
Dude,
there's
I,
probably
dude,
one
dude, I still
person
think
that-
that would be a
That's
great
gonna
way
be
to.
Luke from Street Fighter V, as we all know.
I'm
like-
sure there's
No,
probably one
it's just gonna be
person-
Sakurai himself. He's just gonna say the final character is me.
One
Deal with it.
person-
He's not the type to do that. He's actually.
There's probably one.
I know he's not, but it's a joke. Damn it.
People thought
There's-
Harada was crazy for adding his own costume into Tekken 7.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Harada.
Yeah.
There was probably one person in the Capcom chat on Twitch or YouTube that said, "That's it, no Smash."
Yeah.
What? What?
There's probably one
There-
person that was watching the
there
presentation.
cannot be
that's,
somebody that
like, asking for Smash Brothers.
Oh no, you'd
Smash
be very
Brothers.
surprised.
I believe it.
I believe it.
Believe it. That's a bayo.
Okay, but I gotta say, Akira looks all right, I guess, but like I have one problem with her.
She's not Bowman Delgado.
I don't know. I don't know who that is, but
He was the
Me neither.
definitive grappler from Rival Schools in my main. I love Bowman. He's a pacifist, but won't hesitate to break your spine in half.
Okay,
Weird how
but,
that
like,
works.
okay, but the reason why, like, I was like, I kind of lost interest in trying Akira is because there's one archetype of characters I absolutely hate in fighting games, and that's the character who has someone else fight for them, and that's what one of her fucking V triggers is. And
Oh,
it's
you'd
like,
hate JoJo then.
That's just for one. You mean for the one move, and that's okay.
Yeah, but I hate that shit. I hated it when it was with fucking Videl. I hate it here too.
Are we, dude? That is like that. It's just her fireball,
Yeah, but that's
and then
that's
like one
cowardly.
super.
That is cowardly.
It's not like she has a fucking JoJo stand or anything. Like,
Honestly, I'm
No, but the
okay
JoJo's
with
fan
puppet
is you
characters.
using your own spirit, though.
I'm honestly okay with puppet characters.
okay,
I'm just like,
I
no,
was just
you're
making a
being
comment. I didn't want to get into the
being a
specifics.
coward.
Assist chars are
That's
fine as long as they don't
Assists
overly
are
rely on
cowardly.
it. She doesn't.
That's
No,
why I
this is
don't.
just him- This is just him shitting around.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
okay,
We're gonna
partially.
Shitting around.
Stride
yes,
part
I'm
two.
here
to shit ass.
Okay, but like, this is also the
Stride
reason
part
why I
two.
wasn't really all that interested in Armika when she was in 5, because I was like, I don't want to be a coward and just be like, oh, my
Well,
shit.
like, I see what he's saying. I mean, I'm personally okay with characters summoning out assists. but
I'm
like-
okay with it if it's someone like Captain Commando, but with all these other ones, it seems kind of like cowardly.
Captain Commando's cool when he does it because he can fight with his own power.
Yeah. Like, the one I think is the worst, in my opinion, is honestly Videl, because I'm just like, God, fuck off.
Videl is so canonically weak that they have to have the Saiyaman help her out.
That's called being
She
a
doesn't really use
coward.
ki.
It's called being a coward.
It's called being a pragmatist.
A coward.
Pragmatist.
I don't
Would
know
you
what
say
that
Indiana
means.
Jones was a coward for shooting the swordsman?
No.
How about just
no,
compromise?
but that's his
Smooth
own
brain.
gun. That's his own gun.
No, he stole it.
Smooth brain.
We clearly know he stole it from the Nazis.
Okay, but he still fired the gun.
Straheim wasn't the
No,
same.
he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he fired
Harrison
the gun.
Ford fired the gun, not Indiana Jones.
Who fired the gun then? I fired
Harrison
the gun.
Ford.
Han Solo. He shot first.
Yes, this is basically.
They're the
this is
same
basically
person.
gone.
Han Solo helped him.
They're the same person.
This is literally just.
I mean,
Han
yeah, it's
Solo
both
is
Harrison
his
Ford.
personality, clearly.
God, that means like Indiana Jones has got to be like 1,000 years old in the events of Star Wars.
No,
Damn.
no, Indiana Jones is 1,000
No,
years old.
Star Wars canonically doesn't it take place like way in the past?
Yeah, Star Wars is a long time ago. A galaxy far,
Yeah.
far away.
This is literally turning into who shot first now.
So is
shot-
nobody
shot
gonna
Mr.
talk about the fact that Akira has air combos?
Akira today.
That's cool. Yeah. See, Thomas is right. Dude,
Akira
definitely.
has air combos and his assists. She's a Marvel character in Street
Yeah.
Fighter
Oh
5.
no!
He's like, please,
Mama,
please hurt them for
baby.
me. Please hurt them for me. I'm too scared and weak to do it myself.
Oh, so you, so you hate Marvel? I understand.
I guess if that's the route we have to go down.
Hey,
So
you
you're
play
too,
Street Fighter.
you play
You play
MODOK, so
Street
you're too
Fighter.
scared
I
and
think
weak
they
to
have
attack
honorable
to get in. You have to
Hmm.
use their projectiles.
I'm sorry that MODOK is cool.
Oh, so you think MODOK's cool, but not Akira or Daigo? I understand.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
starting to get
Yeah.
the heebie-jeebies.
Let him play Clay
Oh,
Fighter,
what is that?
man.
Let me play Clay Fighter, damn it. That's
Play your
all
baby
I-
games.
Oh hey,
Clay Fighter.
oh, hey Ryan.
Game, yeah,
Why you
play
no
the
shoot?
Bobby
Do the bab game.
We all know Clay Fighter is
Play your
better.
little dress
Hey,
up
Ron,
Bob
how's it going?
game.
Talking to one of my regulars.
I
Yeah,
do
if you-
wanna
yeah, if you
say-
watch my
I
stream,
do-
you can
I
see
do
the
wanna
chat.
say this.
No.
I do want to say this about Street Fighter 5 for sure. Like, it is like the
Drill is in
ultimate
chat.
Like, Street Fighter 5 is a very good example of like a game that started off as like absolute just trash, but like became pretty damn good by the end of its life cycle.
Rainbow
No,
Six Siege is a similar.
I forget what the
thing.
name of the enemies are, but what do the boulders from a 3D world even do?
Therefore, when
They roll and they squash.
therefore when you're doing the Super Rush mode,
No, I mean like they're right there rolling around. Like what do they do?
there are obstacles when you're doing Super Rush mode.
What does this enemy do? They get in your way.
Oh yeah, in the middle, that's the blob from Clay Fighter. We're gonna have something.
Normally,
We're
yeah,
gonna have
an enemy
something
would
just
try to
sitting
get
on the
your way
table.
in some manner.
I'm a human being.
Well, really.
Thank you, Dustin.
That's
Well-
literally what he says.
We're gonna have Clay Fighter crossover
You
with
did,
Shin Megami Tensei.
Okay. Whoopsie. Uh-oh.
That's
Yeah, I
literally
shot
what
that way too
Blob
hard.
says.
Well, I'm a
That's how he
chuckster.
sounds.
Anyway, yeah, Ryan, to explain what's going on, basically, I wanted us to, like, have an office set up. So, and yeah, me and my buddy Jesse, co-host for the podcast, we're sitting here playing Mario Golf. I decided to make some sort of visual showing us playing it. And what's in the middle, there's always going to be something weird in the middle of the table every podcast.
What is that?
That's the
I
blob.
didn't see what it was.
Wanna know what's worse than Blob's
The
voice?
blob. Oh, okay.
It's a Clay
Taffy's.
Fighter.
Taffy's
Yeah, I
voice is
figured it
way worse.
was.
Oh, Tassie's 63 to thirds is
What
really
the fuck?
That's basically
was
Taffy's
that?
voice.
It's supposed to be like a
What was that?
it's supposed to be like a parody of the Three Stooges.
Who
Yeah.
did that?
That's me.
I don't know.
I keep trying to tell you.
No, I don't listen.
I am a
That
pro
I
golfer.
can tell.
Jesse, I need to figure out a way to make you screw up massively these next 8 holes.
You're gonna blow me. Happy Gilmore. Just call me a jackass.
Rev up your motorcycle. Light it on the pavement.
But yeah. Anyway,
Just die. It's a power move.
like thoughts on
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 as a whole, because it had a rocky start.
Oh,
Street Fighter
okay, I got
five,
my first one.
like-
He's a decent fighter now, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game. I feel like
Like,
I
like,
like
got my first one.
it played well from the beginning, but they had like so many controversies, like the whole like massive input lag.
I
Here's-
don't know
here's
if I
my
say it
first thing.
played well.
Here's
It played
my-
fine.
I don't think it was a very.
Okay, but anyway, before anyone else says anything,
I mean, that's
nice,
just how I feel about it.
anyone that says before anyone says anything nice about Street Fighter 5, I want to say this: I'm fucking pissed off that they screwed with my boy Vega in this game.
I'm more screwed. I'm more mad at what they did.
I'm more screwed.
Injury.
What the heck was
Okay,
that? I'm
Injury.
more
Holy
screwed.
cow, they gutted
Here's the thing: I
Shuri
shit
in
you
this
not.
game.
This is the only Street Fighter game where Vega cannot cannot pick up his claw, and this is the game where he needs his claw the most because he's got 2 different stances.
Yes, Jesse's gonna lose.
We win.
That was such genuine frustration.
Sorry, we're playing a real like he wouldn't be doing this if we were playing Neo Turf Masters. I'll tell you that.
You need to play your baby game.
Dude, Neo Turf Masters has a lot. Anyway, but yeah, they've like it started with the first major update. What was it? What was the update that added Akuma? What did they call that package?
Arcade edition.
Yeah,
The Akuma
yeah.
package.
When it started with Arcade Edition, it really started to show some genuine improvement. I'm just sad for how long they had between 4 and this, and how long they probably worked on 5 beforehand that it ended up so rocky. Like Arcade Edition is where it should have
a while
started.
to make 5 good.
I really want to say this about Street Fighter 5. I feel like it didn't really get super good until Champion Edition. When
Yeah,
that
pretty
came out,
much.
Street Fighter 5 went from like chump to champ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Vega still can't pick up his claw though.
Yeah,
I don't
why
like Vega,
why
I
didn't
left
they
it
fix
on you.
that?
Although Street Fighter 5,
They
Was-
never fix that. Vega can never pick up his claw in 5.
No, I said why
Bullshit.
didn't they?
I don't know why. It's so stupid.
Because Street Fighter 5's balance is weird.
G is good
See,
for
like,
all
characters like Bison
situations.
and Cammy keep getting buffs despite the fact that they're already good.
Yeah.
What
I
did
mean,
Thomas say?
Like
Street Fighter 5 was saved the moment Abigail was put in the game.
Damn right.
Actually, yeah, that's when I noticed people like the whole like what do you call it? The attitude towards it, like starting to shift a little bit, was around the time he was introduced.
I love Abigail so
It's
goddamn.
like,
Yeah, everybody-
pretty damn
Everybody
fun.
crapped on Capcom when Abigail got revealed. Meanwhile, Arxis had Future Trunks and Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle announced that year.
Oh,
I
and-
stuck-
and
Oh,
guess
dude,
what?
don't
Abigail.
forget
Power
though
down
that
for
dude,
7.
guys,
lying.
don't forget though, people crapped on Abigail because of his weird reveal, like him having maxed out muscles the whole like trailer when he
Yeah,
wasn't
that was
supposed to.
I think people crapped on him because they think he just looked dumb in general.
No,
But
exactly. No, that's what I'm.
By, like, every other announcement that Evo.
Well, that's what
Why
I'm
they
getting.
look-
That's what I'm getting at. The Rip Evo, by the way. But what I'm
Evo's back.
what I'm getting at is well, under new management, like that's a whole nother can of worms. But yeah, like now people really seem to like Abigail because of his meme potential.
I
I
hope
love
they
him.
want to play as in the game too.
If I
Oh,
may
yeah,
say something quick about
definitely.
Evo, it's actually going on. I just don't know why. Because I barely hear people talking about it.
Yeah, Evo Online's been going on for like the past like couple of days.
Oh, it
Yeah.
has.
I just not talked about it since I've expressed no interest in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jesse,
same.
what can I
Even though
do
I
to make you
should.
severely screw up?
I will not severely screw up.
Yeah,
But,
right.
We can also talk about Oro.
Oh,
Oro's back.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
fun as fuck.
yeah,
yeah,
the
he's
new-
fun. I always
Dude,
playing him in
Don't
3.
forget too,
I played him in
this
3.
game made Dan like actually good from like the get go.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
but-
was good in
Dan,
4.
Dan's good in Street Fighter 4 though.
Is
He's
he?
really good in 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like
Uh,
actually really viable in 4.
Dan's like super legit viable in 4,
I,
but like
Yeah.
I played
Five is the
mostly
one where he's
Goten.
like they like completely took out all the pretense of him being a joke, just made him just a badass from the get go.
Yeah, Street Fighter 5, Dan was cracked from the beginning. He had infinites, I think. Didn't he have infinites
Oh,
in,
what?
when
Yeah.
it first came out?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the way they
Oh,
got
that
around
counted!
is that they actually like gave him like they nerfed it because like he can still do like the stuff to get into the infinite, but it'll just randomly drop the points.
I hate this game.
Maybe the game also hates you.
That might be true as well. I got run over by one of the boulder dudes, and then he ran right perfectly in front of me when I tried to shoot.
I think that explains that answers your question
What? Oh,
about
yeah,
the older dude.
Yeah.
yeah. The game was like, "I'll show you."
It's like you dare question the mighty Jimmy? Fuck you.
The second you said that,
Karma at its finest.
I don't like caramel that much.
you're not going for spins like I am.
That was your first initial thought to say, Dustin, is I don't like caramel.
Yeah, honestly.
By the way, it's caramel.
No, it's not.
We are
It's
not getting into this
Harmless.
crap here, please. I hate
Okay.
grammar
But
Nazis.
is it actually able?
Berenstain, not Berenstein.
Bernstein.
Weinstein.
You know, I'm glad that Oro is back. You know,
Berenstain,
it's
Ritual of the
for
Night.
his last wasn't his last. Was he in 4?
No,
No.
he was not.
No, Oral's not.
Yeah,
in
he was.
four.
His last appearance was
His last appearance was
Third Strike, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
First and only appearance.
yeah, so I'm glad to see
No,
him back
he was a new
after
generation.
so long.
Well, I count 3 as like one continuous.
Well,
game. That's-
Yeah, but new generation also introduced, like, but keep in mind, Second Impact and Third Strike also introduced other characters.
But do you want to? We touched on Luke a little bit in the beginning, but I want to talk a little bit about his gameplay. His
Dude-
gameplay looks pretty cool, actually,
Oh,
despite what you would. But
Dude,
despite,
I
you know,
thought-
his,
I feel like I'm okay.
in my opinion, his
I like
pretty
Luke.
generic design.
I kind of like Luke. Actually.
But
I think
He reminded
I'm
me
okay
of.
with I'm actually
Luke's okay. It's
with
just
the
I'm not very well.
I will say I'm the kind of guy that's okay with the Dark Horse design in the fighting game, like a normal guy here and there. Simply because when you have a bunch of wacky guys, it helps to have a normal guy here and there just to simply, you know, be an audience surrogate or something.
it kind of got a lot of normal guys though.
People are complaining though
Yeah,
that he's
yeah,
another
yeah.
blonde
Guile
hair.
is better.
Like,
Fucking American. You name me an American that looks like fucking Guile.
Polnareff.
He's
He's
French.
Alex.
Honor this friend.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna
what,
say.
what I was saying is though he has a weird complaint that I never thought I would hear. Like I'm hearing people complaining more not about his generic design, but more like apparently people are tired of them having blonde hair, blue eye characters.
Oh my god.
That was like a one thing that I saw and then I never saw anything
No,
else.
it is.
I do not know
It
what's
is
on there.
a
Yeah.
constant
Dark
thing
Side
in a
Phil
fighting
also-
game
no,
group
Dark
I'm in.
Side Phil also complained about it on Twitter today too.
Yeah,
But
but
that's
it,
Dark Side Phil. You-
but
we
it's like
don't
a
take his, like, seriously.
it's like a
I have like
That's a very
better-
Twitter thing to
constant-
complain about, though.
people constantly keep memeing
Yeah.
it in a couple of groups I'm in on Facebook for fighting games, man, and I'm sick of seeing it.
Honestly,
I
yeah,
mean, I don't
do
use
kinda
Facebook,
agree.
so
It's a
I
very
don't know
Twitter thing to
anything
complain
about
about, I feel.
Yeah, like people, I think he actually has a point because like actually I've seen a lot of people bitching about him being blonde and all that again, like because everyone's like, oh, another blonde character.
But like when I first saw him, because remember there was like a pause before you actually saw his gameplay. I thought he was gonna be like Adon because his getup kind of reminded me of him. Like his
mean-
his costume reminded me a lot of Adon, but
He
he's
does
not.
look kinda like Adon.
But he's not really kick focused. He's more punch focused. You know, like UFC.
Yeah, and he's got like something in his forearms that's like allows him to charge up his punches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the I do like that aspect of the whole like.
He's
the
got
big,
the
like,
he's got
wave
max knockout
projectiles.
meter, but in a 2D fighter.
Yeah, like Maximilian, dude. I think he said it. Like, he looks like a lot like an SNK character.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Guy Tendo.
What?
He does not look like an SNK character.
Guy Tendo from fucking KOF 11.
Let me take a look at Guy Tendo over here.
Sounds like
I'm gonna take a look.
it sounds like a Nintendo YouTuber's name.
It does.
Guy
actually.
Does,
Tendo.
yeah.
My goodness.
Also, it's funny because the voice actor for Kyo Kusanagi was Luke in the trailer.
yeah.
So
oh,
there's
dude,
your SNK guest character.
Dude, there was a meme like right before the trailer where somebody tried to guess in that same group that was complaining about it being blonde hair, blue eye. There was a guy that actually made a meme that said like, "What if it's a guest character like Kyo joining Street Fighter?" They kind of got their wish.
Yeah.
Monkey Paw.
Yeah, Monkey's Paw. They got
Yeah, the monkey's
Kyo.
paw kind of thing.
They got Kyo, kind of.
They got American Kyo.
Yeah, you're right. He does look like Guy Tendo in the fact that they both wear shorts.
They're boxers.
Hold on, while y'all are talking about this, I'll put a visual up on screen for
Didn't
the
you
audience.
say, like, what was the character you said looked similar to another guy?
Oh, okay. This one I actually have a good point with, though. Okay. Okay. This is Shen.
I don't think that's something you can say for your own argument.
Yes. Okay, but let me.
Wu and Rio don't look the same.
Oh, don't
Yes,
bring
they
this
do.
up
You
again.
are wrong. You
Really
are all
don't
wrong.
wanna hear
Please
another
don't bring
They
this
look
up
the
again.
same.
But what was another interesting fact about Luke was that Luke, he's supposed to play an important role in Street Fighter in the future of Street
Oh
Fighter.
yeah, I touched on that at the
Like,
beginning.
I know you sort of touched on that at the beginning, but you know, his gameplay and everything, having seen all that.
Yeah, because that's kind of.
Y'all think-
Oh, really quick for the audience, this is who they're referring to.
Yeah, that's Guy Tendo.
Yeah, that's Nintendo.
I wish I had a visual of Luke, but I don't at the moment.
They don't
And
look that.
But-
They don't look that similar.
But since he's
Yeah, upon retrospect, that was stupid of me to say.
if Luke ends up being the protagonist, quote unquote, of Street Fighter 6,
which is what I
Well,
would
his game-
imagine with that
Oh,
kind
God.
of.
what his how would his gameplay
You can get
like
some
his gameplay would
visuals.
probably be like similar, but like I wonder how his mechanics and like his general design of gameplay would fit in, like give us a taste of Street Fighter 6. You know, if
I think
possible.
I think it has to do with the forearm glow. When he got consecutive punches, his forearm started to glow more.
I think it's actually more so with the state of current Street Fighter V because they started introducing
suddenly
some
so
more
whispery?
interesting. Because it's late where I live and I have to keep it down for my family, dude.
Jalen go in ASMR mode.
Basically, what I think it is like if you look at Street Fighter V and like the newest season and how they've been doing things, they've been doing a lot of interesting mechanics regarding like aerial combos and stuff like that.
Oh my
And,
god! Oh my god! Street Fighter becomes an
wall
anime
bouncing.
fighter.
Yeah, I kind
Street
of feel
Fighter
like they
turns
are
into
kind of.
like Guilty Gear.
Hey, I'm just saying that's how it looks like it to me. Like maybe Street Fighter's going to more
I do. Yes,
anime style.
to answer your question, Ron, yes, I do. Me and Evil King Jesse are playing it right now. This is live gameplay. So sorry, you can continue. I was just answering a question.
It's like that's what I think is probably going to happen, going off of like how it seems to be. Because if you look at like not just like Akira, but like other characters too, you can see that they're like a lot more mobile in like
Mhm.
Street Fighter, the newest season. So it's like,
I think that started with somebody like G, because remember, G can go like full screen like super quickly. Like he's extremely mobile.
I mean something like Akira style, because that's also something I noticed with the
Why can G move
very
so
last
fast?
character.
Because he's the president.
Exactly, dude. I
President
hope he comes
of
back
the
in
world.
6 because I want to know what his deal was.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
You're scaring me.
Hey,
Good.
Okay, but can we talk about someone who's definitely coming to Street Fighter 6? Nikali.
Hey,
Nikali melted into that crap. Those fake Krabby
Nikali
Patties are
jobbed
made
too
out
hard.
of.
He's not coming back.
He's still
13, the best
crabs.
Street Fighter character.
Still alive.
Do y'all remember that episode where that generic chain restaurant took over the Krusty Krab?
Yes,
Nikali melted into that crap.
Hang on, let me go to the Street Fighter
Nikali
wiki.
survived. No, Nikali came into Akuma story mode, which takes place after that.
we're getting,
It-
we're
it's-
getting
alive after it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know what's
getting
in that
this-
patty you're eating?
sorry.
Good God.
We're getting the second rendition of 12 and
13.
13.
We're getting
getting
14.
13.
We're getting 14.
13.
13.
14, a clone reborn.
14.
No, not
12
14,
divided by
13.
2 equals 6.
That is
That's the next
unknown.
one.
2.
13 is we're gonna have 12, 2, or 13 in this case. He's gonna be the Street Fighter 6 character.
No!
We got Oro. We're
The
getting
square root
we're
of
getting some
negative
Street Fighter 3
1.
characters. We're getting Gil. It's time. We get a brand new
Bad guys.
rendition of 12.
The square root of an isosceles
13.
triangle is equal to the sum of of both sides. You
I
Sum
know
of
alien
the
it's
squares
bastard.
of both sides.
Right, the tag team of this guy once he gets in Street Fighter 6, and then my Jiren in
I have an
Dragon
idea.
Ball Fighters. It's gonna be
What does that
beware
have to do
the bald gray guys.
I'm telling you though,
Uh-oh.
Nikali's gonna come back and he's gonna have like a little like scar right next to his big stupid V face.
Actually, wait, doesn't Luke have that kind of too on his chest?
Next
Like
thing you know,
a V-looking tattoo with those American flag-looking stars on his forearms?
It's just like a tattoo, but like it's got kind of like a.
The design looks like a
it
V.
kind of looks a little, but like it's kind of more like it kind of looks like Guile's whole whole spiel with like his like either that or it's like kind of like the Shadowloo symbol actually kind of.
No skull,
it's got,
though.
Like, yeah, no skull though. Yeah, it's the Shadowloo symbol with no skull. Did I accidentally like reveal some shit?
What?
No, I'm chilly.
shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. a minute.
No. Like I was just like, I'm not sure, but like a little like a V, but like I don't think it's meant to be intentional.
He's Nakali Jr.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. That would be so fucking funny.
And then
That
next,
explains why his hair-
next
too.
trailer,
It
the
explains
Street
why his hair
Fighter
looks all
6
wild.
reveal. The Street Fighter 6 reveal for Jury is gonna have her do Psycho Crusher, and people are gonna lose their
Jesse,
minds.
please screw up. Screw up.
Yes.
You mean she'll have more moves instead of
She'll have
just
Psycho
being gift
Crusher.
like in 4? Let's
She'll
go.
Psycho Crusher.
Should have Psycho
She'll have
Crusher.
Yeah, she'll have Psycho Crusher. That will be
She'll be the
great.
Bison.
Yes, she will be the new Bison, and her whole goal will be that she wants to fight you.
See, I'm glad people are here to listen to us talk, and while me and Jesse are just showing the most pristine golf gameplay.
Her whole stick is she wants
True
to boner
golf-
you.
Good golf
Well,
combat.
next time probably be using like B-rolls or whatever.
No, this is fine. This is actually really fun. I like playing this online, and the online's running pretty well too
Oh, yeah,
for
the
being a
online game's
Nintendo
pretty
game.
good.
Because I kind of want to. I'm probably going to record some more footage anyway.
So,
But yeah, he looks fine. It's just there's a few things about his design that I'm wondering about, like the tattoos for some reason. You know, the glowing of his forearms during like mid combo, and his hair looks kind of weird to me. Because in the
Yeah, they tried to
trailer,
make his hair.
yeah, because in the trailer his hair has like these like thick strands that are just randomly like up in the air and like all wavy looking, like weird, kind of antenna looking.
Well, yeah, like people say like all the blonde characters look the same, so they try to do something different with his hair.
I don't know what the deal is with Street Fighter 5 and weird hair designs. Because you look at Ken and his bananas.
Ken
Yeah.
looks like a Clay Fighter character in that game.
I
The
mean,
entire aesthetic
I
of
mean,
Street
guys,
Fighter
are
5
we
just looks
are we
creepy.
More like Clay Fighter 5.
guys?
Yeah,
Are we
yeah.
ignoring the fact that freaking
They all got big hands.
What is it? Oh yeah, remember, dude? I would love to see somebody actually try to recreate Street Fighter Alpha Birdie's mohawk in real life with the hole in it.
We clearly need Bad Mr. Frosty, the next Street Fighter, as a guest character guy.
Damn straight.
I'm bad.
Oh, oh.
I'm cool.
I'm bad.
on me,
and that's
Daddy.
good.
Uh-oh, it's happy birthday time!
I'm bad.
You just hear Bad Mr. Frosty just go, "Let's go. I smell a non-believer.
I see.
Bad
Christmas."
Mr. Frosty is clearly the best fighting game character ever.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yes,
Or
yes,
Santa,
no.
excuse me.
Okay,
What you
guys. Now going on to the big topic and the big.
Speaking
oof
of
this
cold
week.
and frosty stuff,
Yeah, that was a good.
relates to
That was a good
blizzards.
transition.
Blizzard.
Oh,
Boy,
God.
howdy! Two long-running studios completely shit the bed, among other things in the bed. But that's beside the point.
I'm not gonna lie, Blizzard has
Jesus
always
Christ.
been.
Bruh, Roger.
But I mean, like, dude, literally, the higher-ups aren't handling this well. Their own PR staff isn't handling this well. Nobody looks good in this situation, except for the workers that had to suffer through that crap.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, I've never had that much in Blizzard to begin with, and I've always had kind of a bone to pick with them in the last.
Well,
couple
remember,
of years,
this
so.
this isn't mostly. It seems like a lot of the blame is how Activision handled its staff. In all honesty, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Blizzard's
I mean,
heavy-
they're owned by the same company, so it does kind of.
Yeah, it's
All
Activision
under the
Blizzard,
same-
so.
Yeah.
And apparently this
But
stuff
it
that
seems-
they've been doing has been going on for the past decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is more like separate.
Like how in the, like that's what makes me wonder. I'm like, how in the world did they do this and not think that this would come back to bite them in the ass? Like how in the world did they think that they would ever get away from
They tried to
this?
sweep it under the rug, probably. That's what happened.
Like they tried to deal with one
here's
thing
another
that
big
I
one.
don't think
There's
we can
usually a threat
mention.
of blacklisting.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. The industry is well known for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the big reason why Harvey Weinstein wasn't exposed for so long is that, like, he had the actual, like, power to blacklist people from working in Hollywood for the longest
Yeah, but you see what
time.
happened with this? A lot of the people that actually revolted against them when the stuff started to come to light they literally said they didn't care. That it was more important to call them out on their crap than, you know, work in that industry because they were literally making it unbearable.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, like good on them though. Literally going like, we're not gonna sit here and take this. We don't care what happens. We just want these guys to answer for what they did.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play as fucking car dealer Wario for this.
But literally, like I said, I don't know how in the world they could do stuff this horrible, especially in the modern day, and not expect this
Yeah.
crap to bite them in the ass. Like, it already started with the controversy of them literally making those really cool, getting Beanox and Toys for Bob to make those amazing Crash Bandicoot remasters, Spyro remasters, and then the brand new Crash game that teases a sequel. Sorry,
I'm not gonna
sorry,
lie.
y'all know I'm passionate about that.
I think the issues with Activision go way before
The,
that too.
the amount
No,
of,
they do,
yeah,
for sure.
well, that's when I started to really be suspect of them, because like y'all know I love Crash. I love
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot, and the
I
fact
So
the
do
amount
I.
of the amount of crap you have to go through and for to get that bonus cutscene that teases a sequel. And then they're just like, oh no, we dissolved that entire studio and they're only working on Call of Duty Warzone microtransactions.
Didn't they also have
yeah.
Vicarious Visions
Yeah.
also?
Yeah.
Which pisses me off because they did the Tony Hawk remakes, which were really damn good, I want to say.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Like, those Tony Hawk games were fun to play again.
Yeah,
like,
and then they were like, oh, we took all three of those studios and just dissolved them into strictly working on Call of Duty Warzone.
it pissed me off a lot because that means we're not going to get an Underground remastered as well, because Underground's really good.
At this point, would you buy it?
Vicarious-
I mean, I wouldn't
no.
play it nowadays.
Yeah,
Vicarious
yeah.
did make
Here's
a-
what worries me: like, what if out of nowhere they're just like, "Oh, we were working on this stuff in the background." That puts me in a tough spot because, like I said, I love Crash Bandicoot, but I am not supporting them.
Although Vicarious did make a Diablo 2
It took a
remake
literal it took
They
a
made it
literal
bad crap.
fucking like massive level scandal for them to finally put the COD games on sale on Steam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
can tell it's not, and you can tell it's just simply them trying to smoke screen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
desperation. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
guys.
speaking of desperation, y'all want to talk about what happened earlier with one of their PR people that tried to act like, "What's the big deal?" and then they deleted nuked their Twitter account.
A lot of the Activision people are like starting to nuke their Twitter account too.
Yeah, remember she was the one that was like, "Oh, it's no big deal, really. Why are we blowing this so out of proportion?" And then literally today, she's just like, "Oh, her Twitter account's mostly missing. Wonder what happened." Maybe that was a really stupid way to respond.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it definitely was.
Oh my god, like nobody looks good in this situation. Like the head of Blizzard left today. I know I don't like to date our podcast, but I mean, that
This
was
is gonna
big
be one
news.
We're gonna have to inevitably date it, but that's because this is an
Yeah.
important topic. to
I mean,
talk
it's
about.
going to happen. It's just
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Jeff
like,
Kaplan made a good move in getting out when he did, though.
Oh, Jeff
Uh,
Kaplan left.
He
Who?
left a long time ago. Yeah,
Who was that? Sorry.
He was the Overwatch.
head Overwatch director.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
He
not.
he left a couple years back, like in 2019, pretty sure.
I'm not familiar with names. Sorry. Unless you're
Well, he
He
unless
left
you're
just before the Hong Kong
Kaplan's a
scandal.
pretty alright dude,
Okay.
from what I remember. He was like pretty much one of the big things that started to get me to oppose Blizzard in general was in 2019 also with
unless you're Soda51, I do not know your name.
anyone remember a little player named Blitzchung of Hearthstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of what
Yeah.
turned me off of Blizzard for a bit,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and then fucking.
Yeah.
Granted,
And then this was the final nail in the coffin for sure.
2018 I stopped playing Overwatch because Brigitte like broke the meta for me.
Well,
So I,
Overwatch was just a poorly balanced metagame to begin with, though.
Well, yeah, but Brigitte, I would say Brigitte was like where the meta started to get really bad.
That was his weakest point for sure. Yeah.
So I traded it in and bought KOF 14.
Yeah. Which is better.
Oh, a totally better game.
Yeah.
But-
way better.
But like I
But
said though, the amount of crap, and like I loved Crash 4 so much, I bought it twice. I bought it on Switch and PS4, obviously before any of this happened. Please don't kill me.
Swing.
But I mean I 100%ed it. 100 and what 6%. I did it twice. The amount of crap that you have to go through to get that tease for a potential next game is horrible. Anybody who's seen Caddy's video about it, it is horrible to try to 100% that game. And like the fact that I did it willingly because people already were like, "Oh, it teases a new game." I was like, "Really?" And now I'm like, if they made a Crash 5, I'm in a tough spot. I would not buy it because I don't want to support them anymore after this at all.
Yeah.
It'll get made.
And that sucks because, they're the kind of company, where if they see a game not sell, you're not getting any more. So I'm like, they're in a position where I'm never supporting them again financially at all. But also at the same time,
being a pirate is alright to be.
But at the same time, unless Crash and Spyro get sold to somebody else somehow,
Yeah.
unless Crash and Spyro get sold to another dev, which Activision's not going to do because they did extremely well for them. That means that I'm basically watching one of my childhood favorite franchises just die. And I hate it.
I mean,
Here's what I'm gonna say about that, because I grew up a lot with Crash myself. Like, Crash is a very, very important.
I didn't grow up with any PlayStation. I grew up with mostly with Nintendo, like Mario and Pokemon. So I'm not really in this boat.
As I was saying though, like, if Crash were to,
But it does suck.
if Activision were to make a new Crash game, I would say I'm not in that tough spot. I'm just like, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not buying. Like, they could just beg me to buy it. I won't fucking buy it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I won't buy regardless after this, but it puts me in a spot because they're just like EA, where they literally said like sales of the Insane trilogy are what made them want to make 4. So I'm like, okay, nobody's gonna buy it anymore in significant numbers anymore because of all this. So that means literally I have to just kind of sit there and watch one of my favorite mascots just die. Because this company is horrible.
This is like the worst worst gaming scandal in recent memory that I can really think of. Where everyone is united in saying like, okay, this is really fucked up, and it is. But
I've seen a lot of people bringing up something about Ubisoft. Did Ubisoft get caught in some stuff lately?
Ubisoft had like a very work hold.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It's not like,
that's more like a workers' rights thing, though.
Yeah. And it's nowhere near as bad as the Activision shit.
No, not even close.
Fucked, but it's like, this is like the Activision thing.
Yeah, Activision is on a whole level on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're simply like
this may be one of the worst ones in like the last decade. This is
like
fucked.
There's like a 9 circles of hell, Dante's Inferno type levels of fucked. They're on the absolute Blizzard and Activision are on the absolute
absolute
level
rock bottom.
9,
Yeah,
with Satan himself.
Even Satan is just like, what the fuck, man?
I actually really want to say this real quick. Also,
yeah, it's like Mojo Jojo and Kim.
I really want to say I get the feeling this is not exclusive just to Activision alone.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's definitely not.
If you think so, then you are naive.
If anything, this is a good example for like if they want to survive, they don't need to quit their shit and stop being like this.
Yeah, like I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter already being like, if one big studio is acting like this, I bet a whole lot of other,
I mean, it's a bit of generalization, but I don't doubt it.
Yeah, there has to be. There has to be.
It's a shame that this
how
is
big
even
a name Activision is. Like you gotta think like someone taking notes from them and just still doing the same shit.
Yeah,
it's a shame that has to be like you have to keep that in mind now about like stuff.
We actually haven't really gone to the specifics of what exactly happened on the podcast yet. Do we want to do that or no?
Not the main thing that started the investigation.
Okay, but just in a general sense, some abhorrent levels of misogyny.
Can I tell you? One I do want to touch on is the sadly, like, what the fuck? The Cosby room incident that got reported on.
Wait,
that
what?
one really
okay.
was the worst.
Okay. What happened was apparently one of the higher ups at Activision was so bad at just like throwing himself onto women at like conventions they were at. They literally nicknamed his hotel room the Cosby room, and then they decided to freaking frame a picture of Bill Cosby from the Cosby Show in his dad's sweater.
What the fuck?
Put it in the room.
Yeah.
And apparently this happened a few other.
What the fuck?
Look it up. You can easily find an article. It's called the Cosby Room. Oh, but what happened was there were pictures of like other higher ups, posing with the picture. Some of the women that eventually would come on to talk about what the guy did had pictures with it, and they literally said like, and guess how they tried to defend themselves? They tried to say they called it that because the room had something in it that reminded them of Cosby's sweater. And then everybody immediately put a stop to that. They were like, no, it didn't. It's because that dude acted like him every time they went to a major convention. And then all of his freaking like frat bro. I hate that phrase they used for it. Frat bro buddies were like, yeah.
We also just mentioned,
and actually egging him on for this crap. I'm like, oh, and guess what? You know what I mean by, what I mean by poorly timed too? This was around the same year that Cosby was on trial for his crap. That they decided that this was first, apparently, documented. And I'm like, dude, one, that is a dark joke. That is a horrible joke. Two, what the fuck? Why in the world would you name a room the Cosby Room? And especially not expect that to come to light. That just doesn't
bode well with anything.
How in the world did they think that was a joke that would not come back?
Because they're higher ups, they think they're invincible. That's why.
And they can easily sweep it under the rug.
Exactly. Yeah, precisely that.
Rather you think it's because of modern day times,
but Connor, seriously, look up some of the images. They're literally cheesing and everything. Like they're smiling ear to ear while holding up this picture of Bill Cosby.
So look up Cosby Room.
Yeah, Act-Ivision Cosby Room. Oh, and then everybody
inside
that was
the Cosby suite from the oh boy.
Oh no, just look at the photos. Look at how many people are in this room, like cheesing and posing for the photos and everything. And some of them are very higher up in the company. Some of them from Blizzard as well.
Yeah, I think Pat said something on Twitter like this guy that was in there is like the head of some sort of World of Warcraft guild.
Oh yeah, that happened. That actually did happen. Like one of their head managers with the World of Warcraft was like the head leader of a guild, and he was like the most blatant creepazoid ever.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to Castle Super Beast about that recently, and like Pat and Wooly just hit this on the head like a lot of times. Because Wooly used to work in QA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So did Matt.
And he was saying, like, certain studios he worked at also had, like, shit like this, too. But nothing to the level of, like, Activision, where, like, Activision to have, like... You'd also have, like, workers just show up just shit-faced. Just completely...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and and then if they were unable to work, they would still hang around to collect their time, but they would put the work on other people.
Yeah.
You might say
That's
this.
Awful.
I think the worst part about it is it is just garbage at having a good working. Just how do you mess that up? Like, you're supposed to have standards in class when it comes to having a work environment.
Activision is a company that
and they just had none of that.
Call of Duty numbers gives them just blatant immunity to anything in their mind.
Oh, you gotta have some standards. That's how I feel about it. You gotta have some standards.
You totally underestimate just how little of a shit they give, though.
I'm not underestimating it. It's like more of a thing of like I'm talking about from like a proper business standpoint. But yeah,
supered right into the bunker. I love it. Anyway, but yeah, like what bugs me is like, yeah, for some people, a lot of people said like, oh, it was an easy like an easy thing because you already don't really buy Activision stuff. Probably a curse of them only making like one thing every year. But like I said though, I liked what those like Beanox, Toys for Bob. I liked what they were doing with Crash and Spyro, so I was buying them. But now I can't.
I think the thing that like. Part of the thing is, like, when it came to Blizzard shit in general, like I said this earlier...
I think a valuable lesson to learn from this, too. Go ahead.
And a bunch of those idiot frat bros that play their games don't care about this. Like, that's what bugs me the most.
Like, I really stopped giving a shit about Blizzard entirely after the whole... I would say, like, it started in 2018 when they did the Diablo Immortal bullshit.
Oh, yeah, don't you guys have phones?
Like, that was a problem.
That was a legendarily bad presentation, honestly.
Yeah.
I love that one guy. I love that one tweet I saw about that one guy. It's like that guy that asked, "Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?" Cast a slow-acting curse on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he really did.
Oh my god!
Keep in mind, right after that, the Blitzchung controversy.
And then now the apex of it all.
Hang on, guys. Let me finish that.
Yeah.
Like, for those that don't know, Blitzchung is from Hong Kong, and he won a Hearthstone tournament, and he said free Hong Kong, because this is when the Hong Kong protests were happening. And the Activision decided to be one of the many companies that were like, hey, screw human rights, we want to have that sweet, sweet money from the Chinese government.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's just with a lot of companies, not just that. That isn't
Well,
just
yeah, because China's a a huge market right now because
it
they're making so much fucking money. Yeah.
Market in the world.
However, as I was saying though, so that they not only banned him from the tournament, they also stripped away his prize earnings too, which I think is really fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, remember
Like,
they were forced to pay him. Remember they were forced to pay him back though.
Well, yeah,
they were. Yeah.
I was getting to that.
Mm.
But the only reason why they were forced to pay him back is because everyone condemned them, even Blizzard's own employees.
Because the backlash was just so bad they had no other choice.
Both, both like parties of the government were like, dude, give him his money. They got the notoriously divided system to go and say, hey, give him his money.
Just don't do that.
But like the thing,
and then now there's just this shit where it's like,
honestly, it's
like
there's no redeeming them at this point.
Like suspect for years now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like unless like all the higher ups leave and they start fresh with maybe like some actual people that will do their jobs properly and not screw around all day. Like this company is going to go down like a ship, and they are going down with it. And I feel bad for the employee, and I feel bad for the employees in this whole situation, especially.
Activision not survive. I
don't think they're going to die from this, to be honest.
No.
Of course not.
However,
they're not gonna die, but they're gonna be walking away with a serious fucking wound.
Actually,
no.
The thing, they're actually being sued by the state of California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're still like.
Are they actually? Holy shit!
They're actually being sued.
Oh my god!
I think they're.
You get sued by the biggest state in the nation. Oh no!
Here's the thing. This was after a 2-year investigation that turned up a lot of shady shit. And this isn't just stuff that money can just simply wipe away.
And now there's actual employees that are also airing their dirty laundry as well.
Like, this is something that you can't just simply pay away with money like other lawsuits.
I think they're definitely gonna get like some stuff taken away from them.
They might not die, but they're not walking away without a grisly wound.
This isn't gonna be a slap on the wrist, I don't think.
No, they're getting a gash in the fucking chest.
I think they still make a little too much money for the light.
No, but
yeah, let's go with that.
You're not listening to what we're saying exactly.
I am. What are you talking about?
We're not saying they're going bankrupt, but there's gonna be something that's gonna actively damage them.
Yeah, bankruptcy is not likely. This is a huge company, remind you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're definitely going to survive financially, but they won't get out of it unscathed.
But I think PR-wise, they're probably not going to recover for a very long time.
Though, here's the thing, though. When the state of California published their findings, I wish they didn't describe it like frat boy culture. That sounds too goofy. A lot of people initially didn't even take it seriously with that.
I mean,
frat boy culture is like
frat boy culture is fucking abhorrent, though.
Yeah, but dude, I was literally seeing people who were like laughing at it, going like, "Oh man, that sounds so goofy."
I mean,
like I feel like they
kind of goofy, but
I feel like instead of wording it like that, they should have just been like straight up about it. Like, this is horrible. Instead of trying to make it sound like catchy, literally just say what is going on.
I mean, they did. It's literally like in the report.
They did. They just used an analogy that just sounded a bit silly.
Yeah,
it sounded a bit silly. I get what they're going for.
Like they didn't beat around the bush and saying it was fucked up. Believe me.
I will say this. I would say saying it, describing it like a fraternity, though, did work, because it's like...
That worked, because frat boys are fucking awful. Yeah,
it really does actually work.
Sounds like a constant series of hazing rituals.
Yeah, that's what it was, too, and that's very accurate.
That's kind of that's why they start frat boy.
Very toxic. Very toxic.
Incredibly.
And that's
I don't think the word toxic even applies. I'm just going to say the death-bringing.
That's kind of.
I mean,
also
toxic can also
lethal.
mean for
Let's
like.
just put it that way.
It's not just a gaming term. It's for like bad.
I know, Jalen. I know.
It's also a really good way to describe the people that are still going to be supporting the Activision every year. Freaking frat boys that all they do is play Call of Duty.
Can I say that? Can I say something about this real quick too?
Sure. Go for it.
I remember when the initial thing came out.
Reason number 238, I've stayed with Halo and not COD over the years.
Going, I don't care, I'm still going to be buying Crash, I'm still going to be buying Call of Duty. I'm like, okay, you fucking consumers. Be mindless little sheep about this.
Like I said, Crash is one of my favorite game franchises, but I can't support a company like this. I can't.
And I think this gives a valuable lesson too. It's like even if the game is good, like there's sometimes you really just should not support a producer of games for what they do.
I also want to say this also before someone says, "Well, you could separate the art from the artist." That doesn't work if you're giving them your money.
Yeah, like I said, yar har fiddly dee. Being a pirate is alright to be.
Do what you want because the pirate is free. You
are a pirate.
I don't even want to pirate their games, to be honest.
I don't mind pirating because they're not getting any fucking money.
I wanted to ask.
I play their products.
I'm gonna say. I don't even want to play their games exactly anymore because I just feel like I wouldn't want to.
I wanted to ask, would buying it secondhand?
No,
it'd be fine.
No, like buying through GameStop is the only company that gets money from it.
Yeah, if
you buy it secondhand from someone else.
Okay.
Well, the problem is someone else had already bought it, but that's not your decision. So it's a little better.
And sometimes if it's like something like, say, the Spyro collection, it's like they've already got the money way beforehand.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I would say I do own a few Activision games, but those are like,
again, there are things that like, there are things like Walmart and GameStop where they do inventory liquidations where they buy all the copies from the company and then new to use them at a cheap price just to get them out of their system.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, like, when y'all were just talking about how, like, if this is that bad, imagine like if they're like more like dirty laundry in other companies. I
said that earlier. I was like,
I'm willing to bet EA's got some way worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, let me finish. What I was gonna say is that it's so sad, just seeing seeing the gaming industry like in the shape that it's in right now. Just like, constantly abusing employees.
Well, you have to think about it, like, this is still a really new industry relatively. So, like, of course, some shady shit's gonna happen before actual justice can be served. So this is just gonna be a bump in the road for a better tomorrow.
I want to go a step beyond and say this. I feel like it says a lot about the entertainment industry a lot too. Because the industry a lot too.
This will affect the trout population.
Oh, don't get me started.
This will affect the fishing season, I think.
Sorry.
Don't get me started on how bad the music industry is about it.
Yeah. Just my sympathies are with the employees. Just they probably just joined thinking, game development's my passion and stuff, and they join and they get chewed up by a machine and just spat out. That's awful.
Dude, I was literally just listening to an episode of Super Best Friends podcast where Pat and Wooly were talking about something like that.
With this reality.
Like Matt and Wooly were talking about when they were game testers and how weird it was in like some of those places, like locking people into like just certain like special rooms, cut off from communication with everybody. And like if you had a problem with somebody and you needed to go see the higher up, they would tell you like, oh, he's in another room that you're not allowed to go in. Like they were both talking about how like when the game companies they tested for, how weird it all was. Like you thought that it was going to be good, but then it just turned into like a massive like grind of a job.
Oh yeah, Matt and Wooly are talked about that a few times on their podcast too.
Yeah.
Especially
that's all I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, dude, speaking of, well, I mean, like, Insomniac, y'all heard that for what was it, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Ratchet & Clank, they had no crunch. Yeah. And those games all turned out being fantastic.
Insomniac, I think the only time they crunched was during during the PS2 era with Up Your Arsenal, but that was more because like they were spending so much time trying to get one aspect of the game to work that took them the entire production cycle. And even they were just more like, and that was just more because Up Your Arsenal's production was just a general nightmare.
How was I supposed to know she was your sister?
A Halo game was crunched was Halo 2, but that was because that development cycle was just hell on earth.
Yeah, like same with Up Your Arsenal. Like Up Your Arsenal was like that. Like Up Your Arsenal was like
the game was reprogrammed like 3 times, and the actual final game was programmed in about 10 months total.
Jesus.
Like Up Your Arsenal.
Yeah, it was a really awful dev cycle.
It had like only 9 months actual production, 3 months of it were pre-production. And they spent that entire 9 months of production of Up Your Arsenal just trying to get like the Galactic Rangers AI to work in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were actually concerned that Up Your Arsenal was going to flop.
And now their main villain is one of the most popular villains in games. It was
super well received when it came out too, so it's like pretty much their worst fears ended up not coming to pass.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, it also had like online multiplayer and like custom character models you could use online as well.
Actually, they used the multiplayer maps also to pad out the game.
Mm-hmm. The multiplayer was good.
Oh hell, I've never actually played the multiplayer because I never played Up Your Arsenal at the time.
Multiplayer was good. It was basically third-person Halo type game modes.
I played a lot of Jack X Combat Racing online at the time, which was actually really fun online.
Man, we ain't opening that can of worms. Chill.
We are. No, I was just simply saying.
You want Cedric to pop in?
Play with the PlayStation Online.
Cedric's about to throw hands, I swear.
Anyway, as I was saying though about this, it was like, I think honestly in hindsight, Activision's never been a great company, even like going back to the quote unquote golden age of like the PS1, PS2 era, because once Tony Hawk came out, Activision saw money.
Well, remember, one of their big things was they broke off from Atari because Atari didn't believe in putting crediting the programmers for Atari games. And Activision broke off to do that, and the games they made are considered classics in that era. When they broke off and became their own independent company, we got stuff like Pitfall.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like our generation, not like the old.
Not boomer game.
No, I'm giving them perspective from then till now. Like they were actually pretty passionate about games, and now look at where they are now.
Yeah, like I think honestly, I would say we should have saved that for after what I was gonna say.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just dial into your mind right now. I'm hearing the AOL login.
Like, I'm just looking back at a lot of this stuff in general, like, because back then Activision's always been a really scummy company as far as I remember. Because I remember it was like once Tony Hawk 1 came out, they were like, oh, this game is printing money like we had never expected, considering that this came out right after Apocalypse did for the PlayStation, which had a hellish development cycle, I'd like to point out. Not because of Activision, believe it or not, but because Bruce Willis was really hard to work with.
Which is a common thing if you know anything about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, Tony Hawk was a very, very small project they were working on, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Tony Hawk didn't even sign into the project, I think, until actual production began.
Yeah, that game was basically passion project level.
And even then, that was more like they said, hey, let's just get Tony Hawk to help out with this game so we can actually ensure this game sells.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now nobody knows who he is.
In fact, the big reason, like, Tony Hawk...
His Twitter is so fucking funny.
Dude, his experience at the Olympics was great.
I haven't seen that one, actually.
Oh, yeah, he talked about how he took a bunch of pictures with some of the competitors at the Tokyo Olympics, and then nobody knew who... People thought he was just a random dude, and then they called him to, like, go and perform, and they were just like, holy crap.
They thought he was Tony fucking Hank, bro.
They thought he was just some dude.
Tony Hawk's a video game character, don't you know?
He's not real.
Tony Hawk's not real.
But anyway, as I was saying, though...
I mean, Tony Hawk might not believe he's even real to this point.
Anyway, as I was saying, though, like, Tony Hawk 1 sold well, so immediately they were like, hey, have a sequel ready by next Christmas. Tony Hawk 2 did well, but they were also working on Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. They were also working on Sean Palmer's Snowboarder. They were also working on Sean Murray's Wakeboarding.
Shoutouts to Square
Sean Murray, what the fuck?
No, not Sean Murray. It was like some game called like... It was like some wakeboarding game.
I can pull that up.
And there's also Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. That were all being worked on by various companies.
Yeah.
Alongside Tony Hawk games being pumped out every year, which they peaked with Underground. I want to say that. Underground was like the last really, really good Tony Hawk, and then they kept decreasing in quality. Underground 2, I haven't played.
Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer.
Oh, I forgot about Kelly Slater's Pro Surfboarding, but there's like a wakeboarding game also.
I think they were both Kelly Slater.
Wakeboarding's Unleashed. Wakeboarding Unleashed was what it was called.
Were you turned into a werewolf?
What the fuck?
There's an amazing indie game idea. Too. Okay, Indie Game Studio, hope you just heard Dustin say that. That would be an amazing indie sports game.
What? If the surfboarders could turn into wolves?
Werewolves, yes. You surf at night.
On all levels except physical. I'm a wolf, dog.
Anyway, as I was saying though, they were like constantly pumping out Tony Hawk games year after year after year, kind of like Call of Duty, if you will.
Yeah, they smell blood in the water.
However, Tony Hawk, unlike Call of Duty, I would say like after Underground, kept getting like diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, totally, because Tony Hawk was like the only super recognizable name.
The only recent good COD I could remember was Modern Warfare, the reboot.
As I was saying, even Tony Hawk after Underground stopped getting like any sales because like Underground 2 didn't sell as well as Underground 1.
The
American
ones where
Wasteland didn't even sell that well.
American Wasteland didn't?
No, American Wasteland sold well, but it didn't sell as well as Underground.
I remember the one that like flopped a little bit was definitely Project 8.
Oh yeah, Project 8 was like definitely the one where they stopped selling.
And then the less said about Shred and Ride, the better.
Like Project 8 and Proving Ground did not sell anywhere near as well as like pre-American Wasteland, but American Wasteland.
What if I tried to play Halo with the fucking peripheral for like the Tony Hawk's Ride or whatever?
It barely works.
So good luck. Now.
That's the point. I want to suffer.
You will literally be riding on a skimmed board.
Scamped board, yeah.
Hey Tony, what's up?
Scamped board.
That guy didn't know what he was getting into, but he heard Tony Hawk have a stroke.
Tony Hank, he's here.
Tony Hawk will become real in 5 seconds.
Okay, so the whole series.
No way. Yo, real shit.
Oh, Fuck off, Forbes. I don't want to turn off my ad blocker. Fuck off. I like how I typed in, like, Tony Hawk sales figures, and one of the first questions is Pro Skater 5 really that bad? Which we'll get into that.
Yes! It's fucking terrible!
Why would you, how do you know, like, why would you ask?
Yeah, for an idea how well...
Yes, what would you ask?
But yeah, for an idea
I figured this would be, a no-brainer. But clearly, what do I know?
Yeah, like, you just see Giga Chad. Yeah, Pro Skater 5 sucks. Why would you ask?
Shit.
But yeah, for an idea how well Underground sold, I think Underground sold like 3 million copies when it came out.
Like, here's the thing, though. I know that, what is it? The head of Gearbox has been accused of cheese pizza. Thanks to Jesse for teaching me about that. But nothing's been proven.
Oh, yeah. So you just learned about that substitution.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, I haven't seen anything proven, so I guess I'm still okay, because I bought Borderlands on sale on Switch, right?
I still would support Randy Dickford.
That's because Randy Pitchford's a scummy guy that, like, diverted money from, like, other projects.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I know that, but I like Borderlands. I like Borderlands, and I like Duke Nukem 3D.
I don't.
I liked Borderlands 2, and that was it.
Duke Nukem 3D is actually a good game, though.
3 is pretty fun.
Gearbox, so I don't feel the need to punish Duke Nukem 3D by the fact that
it's alright. It's alright. I know somebody that can get it to me for a reasonable price.
When Duke Nukem 3D goes on sale, it goes on sale for like dirt cheap.
Oh yeah, that one Christmas where we gifted everybody a copy for $1.
Yeah.
And then the netcode just didn't fucking work.
No, it didn't work for Rev. Everybody else was fine.
Or Miles or Thomas, I don't think.
Well, Miles was like downloading Injustice.
Yeah, it turns out he was downloading something in the background.
Oh.
But no, seriously though, like going back to what I was saying, because I actually we have lost my train of thought. Tony Hawk started hemorrhaging sales. It didn't help that Skate started competing against it too, and was
those are so good. But EA is a terrible company as well to their employees.
Well, EA is just. But like
EA is just EA. That's not news.
Anyway, as I was saying,
I hope nobody, like, if something like this happens to them, nobody tries to use that as an excuse. I really hope not. Like, I hope nobody tries to go, well, it's EA. No, that's never right. Don't do that.
Anyway, as I was saying,
EA is like the example of how not to run a gaming company.
Fucking finish, seriously.
This is why people watch the podcast. Do we have a train of thought? No, it derailed years ago.
Exactly. Right, go ahead, Jesse, though.
As I was saying, though, because I am trying to finish this. Like, Tony Hawk started Bleeding Series. So what do they milk next? Fucking Guitar Hero!
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember when they said that they were actually going to help Harmonix get out of that slump when they started to dip.
No, that wasn't Harmonix, I think, Guitar. That later on they started doing Rock Band.
Was it?
Harmonix left after Roxy 80s, and then Neversoft was put on starting with 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Neversoft was like, hey, we like Guitar Hero, we'll make Guitar Hero.
You look okay, get in.
Well, no, Neversoft was the one that stepped up to the plate. Not Activision didn't immediately put them on there.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, like according to development, like Neversoft was like, hey, we love the Guitar Hero series a lot. We play this on break a lot of times. We could do it. And they showed that they made custom note charts at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But go
it's
go
one
on.
of those cases where like, hey, we'd love to work on Guitar Hero. And then they just simply were like, oh yeah, you stick here while we put these guys on Tony Hawk Ride. And then then 1 year you had 5 fucking Guitar Hero games. You had DJ Hero also and Band Hero. Guess what? Guitar Hero died. And those games weren't cheap to buy either, especially because they came with instruments.
Came with the whole peripheral, yeah.
Dude, speaking of, I feel so bad for Robomoto, kind of, for the Ride and Shred incident with that peripheral not working at all, because they legit sounded like they were, and showed that they were pretty passionate about Tony Hawk's games beforehand. But they like to get those out because Ride and Shred were supposed to be like big Christmas titles because of the skateboard. They were rushed so badly. They barely had time to test it properly because Activision wanted them to have it like done.
It doesn't help that like very few of the skateboards actually can even be calibrated properly.
Exactly, but I'm talking about like
Jack's review of Ride.
Yeah, and if you look at like the promotional videos where they actually interviewed the people behind like Robomoto and Tony Hawk, they all sounded like they were super into the idea. But then whenever they came out and they sucked, it turns out that Activision literally was pushing them so hard to get that done as quickly and as cheaply as possible. Such a bad situation to be in. I feel so bad for people that had to deal with this kind of crap.
And then and don't forget they were immediately forced to like make Tony Hawk 5 also, which less said about that game.
Oh yeah, and don't forget the entire reason why is because they were scared about losing their rights.
No, they were losing their rights. They were like, oh wait, their contract ends at the end.
Contract expiring, yeah, that's what's going on.
Their contract expired at the end of 2015, so they're like, oh shit, let's fart one game out real quick. So
I actually don't know if you can download that day one patch anymore.
And a fart it was.
You can't download the game anymore. It's delisted.
Can you still get the day one update if you have a physical though? Is the update still around?
Yes.
Yes, Square Jack was able to get it.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I think he was able to get it.
I like Square Jack.
Yeah, Square Jack. No, I'm saying for what it's worth. Like, I don't remember if he got it legitimately or if he had to download it via, like, someone uploading it on the internet.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't remember if he said anything about that, so that's hence I said for what it's worth, he was able to get it, but I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Like, this is me more saying, like, it's been a while, because I watched his reviews last year during Tony Hawk Toba.
Yeah.
Which I honestly doubt he's going to do this year, probably.
Oh, dude, he was so worn out doing all of those Tony Hawk clones.
I don't blame him. Which was kind of when he was, like, refreshed when he's like, oh, this motorbike game's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised I actually missed out on that, because, like, me and my dad used to rent a bunch of motorbike games at the time.
Oh, dude, MX vs. ATV is still pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I played the shit out of MX Unleashed at the time.
MX vs. ATV All Out, it actually kind of harkens back to the originals where it was just open world exploration with a little bit of racing. It's pretty okay.
That's cool.
THQ
Anyway,
picked up the license, and it's been pretty good.
I'm trying to... I think the only thing they didn't really, like, constantly, like, rush out the door was the Spider-Man games, which those are usually movie tie-ins anyway, so they were able to get them out most of the time. The only one that turned out bad was Spider-Man 3, but that's... I feel like that's fitting because, like, Spider-Man 3 was also not a good movie.
Yeah, they matched the quality.
It's like, it'd be weird if Spider-Man 3 ended up having a good game adaptation, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. That'd be a weird, like, stroke of luck.
But, yeah, their big thing is, like...
That happened with X-Men Origins Wolverine, where the movie is terrible, but the game is actually fine.
Like the thing about places like Activision though is like he just said, they release all of these games like quickly back to back to back, and that's just putting more pressure on their employees in time that they should be allowed.
And that gets me to my final topic of this: Call of Duty.
I thought the originals
Call
were
of Duty,
okay.
I feel like needs no introduction. It is like the most by the numbers franchise ever.
And they used to not be like that when they were more like wartime simulators.
Actually, I don't think that's accurate. That would be Pokemon.
No, Pokemon.
Well,
does not.
how about this? How about this?
Differences
but for sales numbers, Pokemon actually no, Super Mario's #1, then Pokemon's #2.
How about we say this? It's the most by the numbers shooter.
Yeah. Oh, shooter, yeah.
Because the second I see Pikachu pick up an MP5, I'll probably buy it.
Like, even though like
I'd be down to see that, honestly.
I would still say
don't tempt me.
Like grievances with certain elements of modern Pokemon, I would still say it still does more ambitious things than Call of Duty ever does.
Jesse, you gotta learn how to do your spin, man.
I bought this game yesterday.
And?
I haven't been playing it all day yesterday. I've been mostly playing Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Anyway, like the thing is, when I was a kid, I had dreams of working in the gaming industry, but then just all of this news kept coming out, and I was just like, that's why I went into computer science and learning how to like repair crap, because like being tech repair is a very useful skill.
I picked it up on my own.
But I'd rather do it indie, you know.
Yeah,
I agree. Exactly.
Without all the.
Yeah, I'm looking into game design, but I'm not joining a fucking like huge firm for that. No, hell no.
Now, see, this is crap like that.
Also, like with my thing, I want to make like an old school fighter someday too.
Like every time news like this breaks out and people are just like, man, these AAA studios are horrible. I'm like, well, thank goodness I barely play their games. I mostly play indies. This is why I support indie studios as much as I do.
It doesn't mean you shouldn't play AAA titles. It just
but like there's like
I ever play from are like Japanese devs.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, but like Nintendo's hands aren't entirely clean though. That's the thing.
No, they're not. Especially with how they treat fan projects.
But most of it's like more like their business practices are kind of fucky, but they haven't done anything nearly like immoral like Activision did.
Like make somebody want to kill themselves.
Japanese culture relies entirely on like fucking on kind of an honor system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like it's like say what you will about like Nintendo's practices.
Not like traditional honor system, just like fucking.
At least,
I don't know.
At least they treat their employees good.
At least Nintendo
exactly.
Like the only time they ever like crunch is like self-inflicted crunch too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of like
society anyway.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out, but
like
one last thing I have to say is like when it comes to video game studios, I tend not to be too biased, but I do try and pay attention to these.
Yeah, I try to pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
I think the one
you guys take care.
I feel like me being with Halo and not COD all these years is just good foresight on my part.
No, totally.
I only played Call of Duty Black Ops 2 back when it came out, which I will say I did enjoy the game.
343i is a great studio. They treat their employees well. They promote everything.
I mostly played TF2. The one studio I think is still totally awesome is Valve. Valve
still kills it.
They had to shut down that one fan project though, that Halo Online thing. I forget.
That was actually intended to be a Russia-only release.
Okay. Yeah, but that's one thing that came to mind. Whatever Halo Online was.
Like that was originally like a Russia-only game, but like the fan project they called like El Dorito allowed you to play it like region-free. Yeah, that was shut down because that was just a copyright issue.
Oh yeah.
Like they didn't mean anything by it. Like they were actually happy people were like really interested in their games. In fact, that's probably what caused the drive for MCC on PC to start.
Mm-hmm. Which me and you both know that was great.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Look at my Steam page, you'll know.
I'm gonna screenshot that actually.
It's like almost 1,500 hours.
I just want to say like
dude, you play that like kids play Fortnite.
I just want to say like back in high school.
I know because it's a based game. It's a based game.
I do want to say also
all 6 of them.
I also want to say one thing also about Call of Duty. Even back in high school, like while I only played Black Ops 2, I still was like, I think this game's all right, but I still don't get the mega appeal the series has.
Nah, yeah, I never really got that either. Like I liked Modern Warfare, but that was about it.
I was more into Team Fortress 2 at the time.
I was more into Halo.
I think it's because people do find a legit connection with like their friends when they play it, which I mean, understandable. But I think it's also because it's out every year.
Yeah.
The thing is also, in high school, I had no friends, so I couldn't make connections to people.
Yo, fucking put her here, baby.
I was always the guy. I was always like back in my high school. I was always like the kind of guy that was like the complete opposite of what everyone else was doing. I was always like playing 2D fighting games still.
Same, yeah.
I had one friend that was kind of with me on that, but like not entirely.
I did know one guy in my senior year that played fighting games. But that was senior year, and that was like more when everyone started to mellow out and not be like just idiots.
Yeah. I had to deal with a lot of people who were not mellowed out even in senior year.
Speaking of Call of Duty, I want to talk about this one high school story too, like, because this is actually very, very relevant of like just the absolute stranglehold Call of Duty has on people.
Mm-hmm.
Like back when I was in high school, like in my final year of high school, we were giving laptops to do classes on. And naturally, when you give a bunch of teenagers laptops, people are going to put fucking video games on there. That is an inevitability.
Oh, bro, dude, I actually played The Binding of Isaac during my final exams at my freaking junior year of high school, and my teacher got so mad at me because I went to a heavily Christian high school.
As did I. Oh, you went to a private school like I did, huh?
Yeah, but dude, my God, her reaction was great. I literally was fighting Satan. I was literally fighting Satan.
She was like, get him, boy!
No, the second I got to the fight, she was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, y'all said I could play games, right? No, seriously, that's the interaction, because I asked them, because they knew that I knew how to load up those small form factor games on the school computer. So I got my Steam account, got the file of Binding of Isaac on a flash drive, so yeah, I tended to play it, because I was really into it at the time. But I got in a lot of crap with her over that game, and I'm like,
You could have said, you could have played Doom. You could have played Doom and said, hey, I'm just killing a bunch of evil aliens.
Dude, they had less issue with me playing TF2, where I was literally blowing people up. Oh, man, my high school was crazy. Oh, if y'all didn't realize what happened on screen, I changed Feral Flex to his playtime.
But anyway, as I was saying...
Oh, did you? Well, what's the exact number? I can't read it.
1404.
Anyway,
holy fuck!
Anyway, as I was saying, though...
I knew it was high, but Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God. This is gonna happen.
You guys are seriously, like, really... Okay, anyway.
Like, we got the air out, dude. I mean, everybody knows that the company is screwed PR-wise.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I just want to tell the story, though.
Now we're just talking about companies that are much better.
Is this the story about how everyone got a pirated copy of COD on their PC?
Fucking stranglehold of Call of Duty on fucking idiots.
Guys, let him speak.
Yeah.
As I was saying, though, so back in high school, everyone pretty much had some form of games on their laptop. I did, where I put my Super Nintendo emulator on there, and I was able to play through.
I had a friend who was playing Viet Crystal in our computer lab.
I am going to chuck you out a window if you interrupt me one more time.
I was just adding, dude. Fucking chill.
I need to tell y'all about the day that I got...
No, you're not telling anyone anything until he finishes this fucking story now.
I'm going to shiv all of you.
Please end it.
Do I have to?
God help me, I will shiv all of you.
Do you think I want to stay on this earth any longer? It really needs me. I need to go to the Shadow Realm.
God, I'm gonna have to edit that out, dude. You don't joke about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
My
bad.
But anyway, what were you saying?
Anyway, as I was saying, everyone put games on the school, and one of my friends who didn't really intend this to happen in a IT class at one of the career centers in the high school.
Okay.
And he wanted to play some Modern Warfare with a friend, so he had a pirated copy on his MacBook and gave it to his friend with this stipulation: do not give this to anybody else.
Okay.
The next day, everyone has fucking Call of Duty on their MacBook.
Oh, man.
Next fucking day.
How in the world do you...
It's like wildfire.
How do you
24 hours, bro.
How do you hide that? I mean, you guys obviously knew it was him. How in the world could he hide that?
I didn't know it was him until years later, actually.
Yeah,
when
but
I saw him at community college.
How would he try to hide that anyway? Like,
no, he didn't know. No, he was able to blend in because this wasn't at the school itself.
Okay.
No, this was at the community. This was at a career center, which was like up the road from the school.
Okay, I follow.
And the thing was, this guy was actually a pretty good student. So he just wanted to play with a friend that also just, it was like, hey, we could play this while we have nothing to do. Like, it started off with, like, not that bad, actually, like, because my friend was like, hey, I got Call of Duty on here. We could play some Call of Duty together, because it is fun multiplayer-wise with a few friends.
So you basically gave him chicken pox, and it spread to everyone else.
Basically, he just gave this guy, he gave someone with no responsibility, like, essentially the nuke code.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was like, and you want
tactical nuke incoming.
Just word of Call of Duty.
It's okay. We'll get them next time.
You know how Call of Duty
mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Well, to play Call of Duty, you have to use the online server.
Yeah.
The school blocked the online server. You want to know what they immediately did?
What?
It took them only a day to bypass it.
Oh my god.
So they put another block on it. They bypassed it immediately again. To the point where the school just gave up. The school just gave up trying to block fucking Call of Duty.
Oh, dude,
That's legendary.
That's how I got to play The Binding of Isaac, because they actually had a block on Steam, but I got around it, or I kept getting around it, and they had no idea how I was playing my games. Like, reminder, on the flash drive I had, I was only doing, like, indie games and TFT, like, things that were really small.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's what I did. I knew how to bypass it, and they were always so befuddled how I was logging into Steam and crap, and I'm like... I even one time told my computer lab teacher, who was more, like, supportive of it, I was just like, dude, they need to invest in some better security. I don't know what to tell you.
I would say, like, when I played, the only thing, like, I was the only few holdouts that never had Call of Duty on the computer. I just had my emulators with F-Zero on there, where I played that on keyboard and spent my entire ACT class playing F-Zero and passed the entire class.
I remember one time
ACT class basically wasn't even a class.
Yeah, it wasn't even a class. I just was able to spend it just playing fucking F-Zero, watching Super Smash Brothers tournaments.
My man.
Dude, I got my entire senior class. Yeah, like my entire senior year of high school, I actually got a bunch of people addicted to I Want to Be the Guy.
Man.
I got a bunch of people addicted to the Impossible game, the Flash game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there was, like, this weird, like, dick measuring contest when it came to, like, Flash games in my high school, and I was just like, yeah, try that. And, dude, everybody, like, this group of, like, 3 guys were trying so hard to compete with each other to be the first people to beat it. It was
I got, like,
funny.
half the football team playing Impossible game, and I was the first to complete it still.
Nice.
Remember, like, I got one guy to take a look at F-Zero because he's like, hey, that game looks pretty cool. Can I have it? And I'm like, oh, sure, absolutely. So that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have the game?
Can I have Game Boss?
You got games on your phone?
Everyone was, like, so fucking addicted to Call of Duty. Like, it got to the point
where, still
like,
are, dude. Like, literally, I hate.
Well, it's more so Fortnite now, though.
No, dude, I have had heard people say that they bought their new gen systems just to play Call of Duty and sports games on the new gen, and I'm like, that is a waste of a system, IMO.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
like I understand being addicted to a series, but that's
like
why
spending $1,500 on a custom built PC to play Halo 08.
Like, I like fucking Guilty Gear, but I'm not buying a fucking PS5 just to play fucking Strive.
Well, I mean, at work, I've literally had people come in lately saying that they're tired of constantly playing Call of Duty and they want recommendations. I'll recommend them something that's in the same ballpark, and they're still like, oh, no, it's not Call of Duty. I don't want to play it. Then why ask,
bruh?
Yeah, I agree. Like, why fucking?
Yeah, why ask?
Like, I don't. Like, I don't.
Asked, like, so, I mean, I gave you a recommendation. Don't get mad at me.
Like, I don't say that obviously to them. That's kind of rude. But yeah, it's just like, I'm so confused.
Keep that customer support smile on.
You'll literally say that you're tired of constantly playing the same Call of Duty over and over again. But when we, me or any of my coworkers give recommendations, these people are just like, no, I'm just going to stick with Call of Duty. No, I'm just going to stick with Madden. No, I'm just going to stick with NBA. That's why y'all are getting burnt out on games. Y'all only play the same ones over and over again. If you don't want to get burned out on the hobby and still have some interest in playing it, you got to branch out.
Yeah,
I've always had I
wouldn't tell really quick, Jesse. It's kind of like I wouldn't tell like a Madden player to immediately go into like something like Guilty Gear. Like,
neither
you know, it's like baby steps. Find something that's at least similar to what you're already
like,
playing.
Say like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna tell someone that plays adventure games to start with Devil May Cry 3. No.
Mm-hmm.
No, of course not.
God.
And you're not gonna tell someone who's looking to get into fighting games to start with fucking what, KOF?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like,
Yeah, you wouldn't
Actually,
do that, bro.
I got a regular of mine who actually thanked me for recommending him Samurai Showdown because he was wanting to get into fighting games and he wanted something that wasn't too complicated. I was like, well,
Yeah, Sam Show's not bad for that.
Sam Show, it helps that there's not a lot of combos. It's like a thinking man's game.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and I told him as long as you can like wait and bait,
and then like
yeah.
Tekken and Smash Brothers. Well, Smash Brothers is like really complicated when you get to the higher stuff. But
I would actually disagree with Tekken on that one, honestly.
oh, would you?
As someone that started with
take up Tekken pretty easily.
Game, like, the reason why I would say I personally would disagree with Tekken is that Tekken has a shit ton of stuff to learn.
That is true.
It is easy to pick up casually and have some fun with it, but I would not recommend it as a big
Smash Brothers is the same way, kind of, but you can still play it casually.
Smash Brothers is like, you can super make it casual though with like casual friends, like, because they can just play with items and stuff though, at least.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you can still have fun with
The
Smash
amount of
Brothers.
mechanics in that game is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
It's only like if you want to get into it competitively that it gets like really hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it gets real difficult.
Personally, if I were to get people into fighting games, I would tell them to start with Street Fighter, in my opinion.
Street Fighter, yeah, that's a fair statement.
The reason why I say Street Fighter is that if you like Street Fighter and you feel like you can learn how that game works, your skills will transfer to other traditional 2D fighters.
Which Street Fighter though?
Just any Street Fighter, really.
No,
Not Street Fighter 3. Not Street Fighter 3. Not Street Fighter 3.
So you would rather recommend someone Street Fighter 1 than Street Fighter 3?
Well, Street Fighter 1 doesn't count. That game doesn't exist.
Actually, had an older guy come in
Street
before.
Fighter 2 was the first game. You and I both know that.
No,
Actually, I had a guy say that he liked Street Fighter and he wanted to get back into fighting games. Well, our store just so happened to have a copy of 30th Anniversary Collection. I was like, well, start with that. And if you still like the series, then go on to like 5.
Well, yeah, personally, if I were to say, like, what would be the perfect Street Fighter start on, I would either say 2 or 4, really.
Oh, dude, I've had people because we've had a copy of Ultimate Marvel 3 for PS4 on our shelf forever, and people
Which
keep
Street Fighter 2 specifically,
people keep
Jesse,
asking
would
me
you
if
say?
that's like a
Super Turbo.
Super Turbo, yeah, fair.
like Jesse. I'm not allowed to like warn people not to buy something that they want, but I've had people actually look at the copy of Ultimate 3 that we have on our shelf constantly, and they're like, "Oh, I've never played fighting games, but is this a good one to start with?" And I have to just be like,
Level 3 is one I would absolutely not recommend people start on.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's quote unquote not in our.
But it is like I remember like I was only just playing Street Fighter before, and it was just like Marvel 3. I remember when I first played it, it was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Do we want to move to start of closing thoughts because we're kind of off topic now?
Yeah.
We're just talking about stuff to support instead.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, closing thoughts, guys. Y'all got any plans?
Halo Infinite. I'm excited.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I'm gonna try and finish Skyward Sword before stuff starts back up for me, and then if maybe I might consider marathoning either Kirby or Star Fox. I don't know which one.
Cribby.
Oh, Thomas, if you're still down though, you want to help with Travis Strikes Again?
Yeah, I can help with that too, but it has to be. Well, yeah, just get that set up. Get a
Dude,
good
there's
time, and
so
I'll
much
let
cool
you know.
news. There's so much cool news about 3. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to 3. Not much longer now. We're in August.
Exactly why I need to get Travis Strikes Again done.
Yeah.
And now that I'm
reserved down on 3.
And now that I'm semi-adjusted to these longer hours again, I can get back to planning my streams out better.
I'm probably gonna stream something tomorrow night. I'm not sure. I don't think I will really.
Play Star
I'm
Fox Zero.
Continue
Coward.
Pokemon Platinum
Part of
Nuzlocke
the thing is,
sometime soon.
I have a night shift tomorrow, so I don't like streaming right after work usually nowadays.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mainly because it's like we have a tendency to have like last minute people come in, and it's like we can't
and
close
in
the
the
restaurant
service
till-
industry, that sounds annoying.
I fucking hate when people come in 2 minutes before closing. So
I make sure not to do that personally when I'm trying to go get something late at night.
If it's at a McDonald's, and even then, if I do that, I'm like, I'll just take a cheeseburger, please. just a small.
Yeah, I don't try to make their life hell, but when I go late, yeah.
No, we had like, it's one thing if it's like one person, it's like, hey, I'm really hungry, can I have something? I'd be like, okay, yeah.
Excuse me, sir,
Like,
he asked for no pickles.
But it's like, it's always bad when it's like a family that comes at the last minute.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I would imagine the stares they get from the staff if you bring in like a whole conga line of people.
Like,
Conga line.
Dude, you're laughing, but I bet somebody's done that. Like, imagine they're just like,
they just conga like a cha 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 cha.
Oh,
Give us fucking order.
By the way, when it's a family, it's never just like a small family of 3. No, it's always a fucking family of 6 too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what I was just joking about.
There's always like a friend that comes in with them too, and it's like they stay like way after they pay.
It's always like the middle-aged white families with a Karen wife who like expect every serviceman to like lick their boots. Exactly.
It is exactly.
No.
I know. Yeah.
Sorry, my ball stopped 2 feet to the hole.
My balls, I have not washed for weeks, months.
Like it is always like it is exactly.
Millennia even.
You are correct. You are super correct.
Yeah.
And it is like we are. It's always like we always.
I've never worked retail, but I know that's almost always the case.
Yeah.
Also, we are here to announce something.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
There are
Good
some podcast
Lord.
topics that we will not be able to talk about on here because we like to mostly stick with gaming. For those that just want to hear 2 idiots ramble.
Hold on, let me get shoutouts ready.
We might have a third.
Check out
maybe,
my
who
channel,
knows?
and you will see me and Dustin talk about random shit that no one really wants to hear on the podcast.
Yeah, we have a little plan for our
We have a book in particular we want to review, and we've been wanting to talk about for some time because this book is a mess.
Y'all can
Oh,
talk,
boy.
y'all
I know what you're talking about.
Y'all can talk about it. I mean, what's the big deal? It's not like it's
We got-
taboo.
we-
We've tried to talk to
I
talk
just said
about it every
said
time.
don't dedicate the whole podcast to it, dudes. Like y'all can at least mention what y'all are wanting to talk about. Like,
No, we
geez.
want to hide it. We want to hide it. It's a surprise.
Shoot, excuse me.
It's a surprise.
The book is a surprise, but it is a horrible, horrible book.
It's an amazing.
And we're
book.
gonna enjoy ripping this thing to shreds.
Yeah, we are
Better
going to
call us the bookmobile
Why
because
are you
we're gonna burn
why are
it.
you using a drive on that?
We're ending this, aren't we? Jesse, I challenge you to that.
Might as well end it in style.
Jesse, we'll do. Let's do 3 holes one day, drive only.
Oh,
Yes.
You guys are fucking insane.
that would be that would never end.
No, it would. I've seen people get putt. I've seen people putt with a driver before in that game.
But yes, look forward.
It's hard,
to,
but you can do it.
Look forward to it.
But this
I've
isn't
been-
gonna. This isn't
Next
gonna
week, I
affect
am
the
also
regular
restarting my
cast.
Sonic-a-thon too.
This isn't gonna affect the regular cast, guys. Don't worry.
No, totally not. This is gonna be like super on and off.
Yeah.
We say as we do this on a Wednesday night.
This is
Hey,
just
I'm
simply,
sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine.
Also, I
This
just
is just
noticed
simply
Waluigi
telling
doesn't
Partially
have
my fault
nostrils.
too, because I was still like getting in late on Monday, so or not Sunday rather. Fuck.
Man. Oh yeah, I just realized on this model, Waluigi doesn't have nostrils.
Wait, does he not?
His freaking nose is just one solid pink, like whatever his nose is supposed to be.
It's not a tumor.
Watch when I sink the hole really quick. When he does his victory pose, you can see the underside of his nose does not have nostrils.
It's like in fucking what is it, Kindergarten Cop? It's not a tumor.
Terminal 7.
yeah, this is basically
It's Terminal 7, Luigi.
basically the fringe cast is just for stuff that wouldn't really fly as a We Know Video topic because we probably wouldn't be able to do this with everybody, but
Yeah.
or everyone isn't passionate enough to talk about it. But me and him would be willing to talk about it.
Yes.
Oh boy. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like what we should do is we'll probably dual upload that. Like you can probably upload them in a playlist on the YouTube channel for the podcast and maybe yours as well.
We're gonna have a specific spot for that.
Yeah, because there's no need
Why
to
am
set
I
up a
invisible
separate
on the
channel.
screen right now?
No. See, like I said,
You're the hours played.
Yeah, your hours played.
Oh, I'm invisible because yeah, my playtime's still on screen. It's just lower.
It's the perfect representation.
Exactly. Thank you.
Man, you look different. Did you do something with your hair?
You can put it that way, sure.
Man, Flex, you look different.
I'm built different, bro.
Your playtime definitely agrees. Oh crap! Okay, look at that. Look at it. Look, his nose is just a solid pink piece.
Very cool. Thank you, Nintendo. Yeah, we could just end it off here. Give closing thoughts.
Why don't you want to go to your home? That's your home. Don't you want to go to your home? Answer me! Suck my white ass ball!
It's like my singular white testy.
I was quoting fucking Happy Gilmore.
I know you were. I'm just adding to it.
Well, alrighty, guys. It was fun. Everyone have a good night. See y'all. Okay, see y'all. See y'all next, like 2 weeks from now. Be sure to follow the Twitter. Flex, if you could link that in the chat, possibly.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know.
I'd have to open up Twitch, but yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Check out me and Dustin's.
Yeah, because anytime
I actually forgot to send a notification. Fuck.
Oh no, you're fine. But yeah, for future reference, follow us on our Twitter or the YouTube channel. That's how we'll let people know if like we have something like this happen again. Because we tend to try to do these every other Monday.
Yeah.
Every other Monday. Yep. Sometimes it's a podcast. Sometimes it's us doing some community gameplay of us just bullshitting around together. But it's always a fun time. Or at least we try to.
Alright. So... Well, with that out of the way...
Twitter.
Alright, thank you, Connor. Alright, everybody have a good night.